the microphones on there. Okay, now can you hear us?
Can you hear us now?
We have that. Okay, now
yes, looks like we do have sound. Awesome. Okay, so as I was saying, we are doing a playthrough of Endbringer. Enbringer is a solo and cooperative expansion for Sorcerer. And on our Kickstarter page, we have a playthrough video done by the Quackalope guys of a solo playthrough. And so that is...
Sorry, I'm just trying to get in here.
We'll fix our view here. One sec. All right.
Okay.
The video on our Kickstarter page is a solo playthrough, and it's a nice high quality video with video editing, etc. Obviously, this is not that. This is a live playthrough. We're struggling a little bit with the technology, so the quality might not be up to that. But obviously this is live, so you can ask questions while we're playing. We're also going to be covering some different sets. So in the playthrough video on the Kickstarter page, you had Erlingkhan, the Deathbringer is leading the invasion was the scenario. Here we have a different archetype, and we have a different scenario. So in this one, we're going to show you what happens if we switch up a couple of the decks. So we have Erlingkhan, the Demiurge, is forging the army. That's the scenario that we're playing. So in Endbringer, you have when you create your bad guy, you create it by selecting a nemesis, which is this card here on the left, a archetype, and a scenario. The nemesis is who you're fighting, and that will control the nemesis deck, which I have here. And then the archetype is what they're like, and basically what army they lead. So we have a horde deck filled with bad guys that's here, and that bad guy deck comes from this card. And then finally we have a scenario card which has special rules. And in this one, we're doing is forging the army. So I'm going to see if I can do this zoom camera to show this card.
Someone said they've seen clearer video of Bigfoot than this. So
yeah, sorry
we're still
guys.
getting some echo, so
So
can you try pulling the mic a little bit closer to us?
Moving the mic.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. How do I select which one of these to bring up again, Deb? I want to do the zoom.
So you just, if you want to do the zoom, just click on the remove the other one. So click on the blue remove button on the other squares.
Okay, so here I'm going to show this. So the art will have to be. Here's the art on this one, and then this one is forging the army. And as you can see, it's there are no special setup rules. But for the special rules during play, at the end of each player's turn, each one of us is going to attach a card from our grimoire to the enemy minions, and each of those cards that's attached from one of them is going to give that minion +1/+1. So basically, the nemesis is creating these giant titanic monsters to destroy us with. And we have a special power in this one. We can spend 3 omens to get a critical hit. This is a tactic ability. So whenever I attack with one of my minions or Debbie attacks with one of her minions, we have the option of spending 3 omens to do a critical hit. as a tactic. So that'll happen before the dice are rolled. And then finally, for the end game, our victory condition is normal, taking out all the symmetry cards, the bad guys' health, and I'll get to those in a minute. But if the enemy gets a swarm of minions in play, then they can win. In this particular scenario, I'm not worried about them winning in that fashion. If we were facing the Death Dealer, who brings up tons of minions quickly, that might be a big problem. But in this case, we're facing the Demiurge.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were.
And okay, so the Demiurge, this guy, this is your archetype, and all these archetypes have this sort of tarot style artwork on their on these, and this up here has any special rules for the scenario. So the Demiurge is creating these new creatures. Basically, the Demiurge hates the life that exists now and wants to create their own version of life. And I'll show you those guys in a minute. And these here are the special abilities that happen when they attack. We will reveal a card, and based on the color of the icon, a different tactic will happen. All right, and so the army itself, these lovely guys are the newborn. So basically, these are basically freshly minted creatures that the Demiurge is creating. And all of them, you'll notice, basically have no abilities. They just have a cost, and they have stats. So they're very vanilla creatures, but they have these just cost and stats. However, they are going to be evolving. They're these evolve counters, and when you flip them over, they have different icons on them. These represent different mutations. So these minions that the Demiurge is creating are constantly mutating, and so when you make attacks with them, frequently the tactic that they will get will tell you to put an evolve counter on them. And the evolve counters do different things based on the icon. You can see we have a little reference card here which says what those various mutations do. These guys are constantly mutating, constantly getting these evolve counters. If their mutations are unstable. If they end up getting two of the same counter, so for example, if this guy had tentacles on him and then he evolved and got a second tentacle, then both of those go away. But they can have as many different ones as they want piling up on the card, and they gain all the abilities of those. And one of the victory conditions for the Demiurge is to sort of perfect his new creatures. That's represented by if you get 3 or more of these guys out, each having go to the main view, each having 3 or more mutations, then the bad guy wins the game immediately. Then we lose. So basically, we can lose in the standard way, which is to lose our health. In this Endbringer mode, you don't have health on the battlefield. You just have a personal health. There's going to be a nice scorekeeper that comes in the game. We're using a little Star Realms one for this, but there'll be a nice score dial that comes in Endbringer itself. So that's covering the broad strokes of the new stuff. So one of the neat things about this playthrough is while Debbie's played Sorcerer before, she has not yet played Endbringer. So basically for her, this is going to be a new play experience. And so she's going to be learning while you guys are learning. So basically, so we'll go ahead and get started. So we've already selected our characters. I am playing Arispes the Necromancer of the Screaming Coast. And Debbie, who do you have over there?
I have Miselda, the Bloodlord of the Haunted Forest.
Nice.
I'm just trying to figure out how to...
Playing around with the cameras?
Yeah. Can you mute that mic on yours. Do you know how to do that? You're gonna have to switch.
The Zoom mic you want me to mute?
Yeah. Give us 1 minute.
1 minute, guys. Sorry.
All right. See if people can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Checking the sound. Can you hear me now? Oh, thank you, Dale.
So now we should be able to.
Can you guys hear us? Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
So that should
Hooray.
help because we can take the Zoom off when we're not using it. Oh.
All
we
right.
will be improving our setup so that we can actually move a centimeter in our chair.
So bear with us, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. So so we have our this oversized avatar. So the bad guy goes here in these first two battlefields, and at the beginning of the game, he's going to get a minion in each battlefield for each player in the game. So we have a 2-player game, so he's getting 2 bad guys in each battlefield. So I'm going to shuffle these up, and we're going to drop down some minions over here. All right.
Wait, so can you guys hear?
Can people hear us now? Up, sound.
Oh, okay. I think it's fine.
Okay, great. All right, guys. So we've got the bad guy minions out, and we've got Con down and Con. He's in these 2 battlefields. So they've got the Endbringers have this big, oversized avatar, which is present in 2 battlefields at once. So where he's present, he's going to get some extra powers and be doing nasty things to us in those battlefields. So basically, our minions aren't super safe in the battlefields where he is. The battlefield where he's not, he still has minions there. There's still going to be fighting happening there. However, he won't be using his own special powers in that battlefield. So the battlefield where his avatar isn't is kind of a blind spot for him, a little bit safer for our guys to be in. So we've got his stuff out, his avatar out. Now it's time for us to place our avatars. So Deb, your Masilda power to expend a guy, I think is going to be really powerful for us in this format. And he's got 2 really big guys, one here and one here. So I'm thinking maybe you go into either the central or the left battlefield so that you'll be able to expend down one of those big nasty guys. I'm gonna go in this one. Sounds good. And let's see here. I think I'm gonna be over in this battlefield on the left. Now, if we get some really, really great minion that we want to keep alive, we might choose to place it over here, even though our avatars are in different spots. Now, we could both be in the same battlefield if we wanted to, but we're and then go ahead and take your 6-card starting hand.
Is he going to be moving around during the game?
Yeah. So basically, for the first round, so the first action phase, the first battle phase, he's in these 2 battlefields. Every new turn, we're going to roll the d8, and on a 1 to 4, he's going to be in the on the battlefields on the left, and a 5 through 8, he's going to move over here and be in the central and right battlefield. So basically, he could be in either of these battlefields.
Oh, also someone asked if these guys were nude. We prefer to think of them as newborn.
Yeah.
You know, that's newborn.
So yes, they do not have any clothing. If but the shots are angled, so yeah, keeping the rating down to a solid R. All right, so I'm gonna mulligan away because I'm playing airspeeds. I'm gonna actually take this equipment card I drew and mulligan it. So I'm gonna draw a replacement card and then shuffle that thing back into my deck. And all right, so when I go, I'll go ahead and take the first action just to show you, Deb, how it goes. And so when I go to take an action, first thing that I do is I flip over a card for the bad guy himself, and basically reference it versus this thing over here. And this says for his action, I can either destroy one of my own omens, or he generates a hate counter. And when he gets up to 5 hate, he starts with 1 hate counter at the beginning of the game. He'll get 1 at the beginning of each new round. And whenever he gets up to 5, he does 5 damage to us overall. And some of the things that that he'll do, his special abilities at the beginning of the battle phase, could be affected by how many hate he has. I'm going to go ahead and spend an omen to prevent him from getting an additional hate. So for that card, we simply were looking at the color of the card, the color icon on the card itself. So you can see how there's a color icon in the center of the card there. That's all we were referencing on that card at that time. All right. And so now I can go ahead and perform an action. And what I'm going to do, so I'll move my action counter down, and I'm going to play a rat catcher over here. And that says when it's played, I get to draw a card, and then discard a card, and then I can play a minion with a cost 2 or less from my graveyard without paying its cost. I'm actually going to discard a vengeful mummy, and I'm going to bring him in without paying his cost. And because I've played a zombie from my graveyard, I'm going to exhaust my skill card to weaken a non-legend minion twice. So I'm going to soften up this big bad soulless one over there. And okay, so that was my action. Okay, so now it's Debbie's action. And the first thing that we're going to do is resolve what Khan does. Again, we have a green effect here. So that one is the either let him generate a hate or get rid of an omen.
You're get rid of an omen?
Sure. All right. So we're trying to keep his hate down a little bit. Okay, so then you...
So I was thinking about playing this caretaker with this attachment reduced by 1, or the common concubine, so I can start getting blood.
Sure. Either of those is super solid. If you decide to play the big guy, I would suggest playing it in this battlefield on the right to avoid, because that's his blind spot, and we won't get him taken out by something. So this is the caretaker, and he is 5. And when I play, but I only get this if I play it in this battlefield? No, basically effect, when they have the crossroads, that effect happens in whatever battlefield this guy's in. So that's okay. So this lets you play, yeah. This is okay. Yeah. All
right, so and I'm going to play this attachment, which deals 1 damage to the attached minion to draw 1 card and gain 1 blood. Oh, wait.
Yeah, so that's a tactic you can do whenever you attack. You'll have the option of doing that, but you don't have to. And and now his attack is all the way up to 7.
And get my omens back and 1 extra.
Yeah. That was awesome. So now we've got a nice big guy on the table. Okay, so now on to my next action. I will see what Khan does. Green, I'm out of omens, so he's just going to go ahead and get a hate counter here. So now he's up to 2 hate, and we're not going to be able to stop him
What
from.
if he gets 5 hate?
He'll do damage.
We lose, or
no, he just
up?
does 5 damage to us,
Okay.
and then it resets. And now we've got some guys out, so it's not that big of a deal if he does it. So we're okay. For my action, I'm going to go ahead and use Aerospace. I'm going to search my deck for an attachment, put it on one of my guys, and I'm going to go ahead and dig up a Book of the Dead and throw it on this rat catcher here. So this, as a tactic, it lets me draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards, so I'll be able to use that when we get to the fight. So that was my second action, and that one didn't cost me any energy. Okay, so...
I was going to channel some energy.
Sounds good.
I still want to play my concubine.
Okay, so before that happens, Blue, yes, he's going to gain a hate unless you discard a card. So are there any cards in your hand that are kind of junk? So... For example,
no cards are junk.
Well, like for example, before if we hadn't played the caretaker, you could have discarded the attachment and then later gotten it back out of your. Yes. I think with your hand, probably we're gonna let him get a hate because those cards seem pretty sweet.
Okay.
All right, so he is now up to 3 hate. All right, my round. He's going to get, that was green. I have no omens to stop him. Well, actually, I did gain an omen from my Book of the Dead. I'll throw that on, but I'm going to keep my omen. I want to have one available. So he is up to 4 hate, and I am going to spend my action to gain a couple energy. I am up to 5.
So I was thinking about playing this one in the center.
That sounds great. You'll be able to, yeah.
Since you're an advanced sorcerer player, just running it by you since we're on a team. Oh wait, I have to take his action.
Sorry, yep. So Blue. So basically, that again is discard a card, or he gets hate. Your hand's way too good, so he gets up to 5 hates. So now we take 5 global damage. So that's 5 damage that we can take anywhere we want. Fortunately, I've got this extremely expendable zombie over here. So we'll take 2 damage on him. That knocks him down. I'm fine if this rat catcher gets a little beaten up, so we'll take 1 damage there. So that's 3. We could take the remaining on our health. We could take some on the caretaker. I kind of like keeping that caretaker strong for now. So, what do you think? A couple damage on us? Yeah. All right.
Take it, and you might want to mention we're using the Star Realm Scorekeeper, but there will be a Sorcerer Scorekeeper.
Yeah.
Enbringer.
And well, by the way, when we get to the end of the action phase here, we're going to pause, look at your comments, and answer questions, and then we'll move on to the battle phase.
Don't forget your energy robbed from Rat.
Yep. So basically, I spent 3. I didn't initially, but then I caught up. So basically, I spent 3, and then I got back 2. So I started 6. I'm at 5. So thank you. Good catch. And much like when you're playing regular sorcerer, if you screw something up, I forgot an omen last action, you just go ahead and grab it.
Con lets us take backsies.
Yeah, and a nice thing about the way these work is I can look and see with Con. Okay, we've got 6 cards in the discard pile. That means we've successfully activated Con for each one of our 3 actions. All right, so Debbie's playing the Coven Concubine right in the central battlefield. That's a vampire where she is, so she's going to be able to activate the Bloodlord ability to gain 2 blood. Oh, here's a little wooden cube for your blood counter there.
Wait, so do I get that right now?
Yeah, so if you activate So with the Bloodlord, she's got 2 blood coming from the Coven Concubine, and of course, if she plays more vampires there, she's going to get awesomeness from the Coven Concubine, giving more blood. Okay, so for my next action, we've got white for Con. That's perfect. That's no effect, so he's not adding any hate on that one. All right, so I got a couple cool things I can do. I've got a Daughter of Hecate, which I could use to kill off one of these small guys, which could be super useful. And I also have this zombie in the graveyard I can bring back, and this Lord of the Undead. I'm not gonna be able to pull all those things off. So I think what I will do is. I think I want to kill off some of the bad guys here, so I'm going to go ahead and spend 4 energy to play a Daughter of Hecate here in this battlefield, and that has the wind plate ability of doing 2 damage to an enemy minion. I'm going to go ahead and take out this 2 essence faceless horror here, so that guy's down. All right. So Deb, the con for you is green, so hate or an omen.
Oh, I have 2 omens.
Yeah, sure. Spend 1.
All right, so I don't have enough energy to play these.
Oh, and your action track's down here, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe just gain some energy.
Yeah, I'll gain energy. Is it 2?
Yep.
Yeah, 2.
Okay. So I'm down to 1 energy. Let's see, and I've got 2 actions left. Well, with 1 energy, 2 action left, I'm going to spend an action to bring this zombie back, and I'm going to put him. I think I'll throw him in the central battlefield here. Okay. So then, Debbie, for your second last action, white, no effect,
nice.
So no more hate.
Should I use Maselda to
absolutely, yeah.
Those naked
yeah, the soulless one here
really
has 5
yes.
attack and 5
I'm
essence.
going to my Maselda and use an action to activate her power.
That is awesome.
Thank you, Maselda.
And then for my last one, got white again, so he doesn't generate a hate, so that's nice. His hate's going to be nice and low when we enter the battle here. I have a single energy. I think I'm just going to spend my final action gaining 2 energy to put us in a little bit better shape for next round. Okay, so Debbie, a con for you is green. So it's ditch an omen or let him have a hate. I kind of like the idea of him not having any hate going into the final. How much? What do you got? What do you got for a play?
Well, I don't have enough energy to.
All right, so
I could play this to gain 4 blood, which could help me with my when I'm attacking with a vampire. I could use it.
Or you can just gain more energy for next turn.
For next time.
Totally your call. So basically, question is, would you rather have an omen going into the battle phase or keep its hate down to 0?
I like to roll dice, so I'm gonna keep my omen.
Keeping the omen, awesome. Okay, so that's down. Yeah, and
especially skull dice.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I think I'll just gain.
Use the last action to gain 2 energy. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so you kept the omen, so Khan has a hate. All right, so
sorry, Rob.
No problem. I mean, I'm pretty happy with how that how his hate's pretty low going into the battle, and while he did hit us for 5, we sucked some of that up on zombies, so I think we're okay. All right, let's see if we have any questions.
So we have a random question. Expected question. Can you tell us about Merlin?
We will be doing an update on Merlin. Obviously, you guys have seen that it's a bunch of fungus creatures, mushroom guys. So yes, as one of our backers said, Merlin looks like a fun guy. No, but we'll have an update with more details on Merlin coming shortly. Anything else? You good to go on to the battle?
Any other questions, anyone?
And we'll stop at the end of the battle phase to check your questions and comments as well.
I think we're good.
All right. So the nemesis. So it's with the players. Some of the nastiest things they do during the turns are defined by their actions. But with the nemesis, at the beginning of the turn, they put out minions for free, really scary, and at the beginning of battle, they get to do effects in the battlefield, and those can be relatively terrifying. So basically, that's sort of the big nasty stuff he does. So we are entering the battle phase. We're going to resolve the battlefields from left to right. We're starting this battlefield over here, and we flip over a card. And in this case, I don't know if you can go to the close-up camera.
Let's see.
Oh.
Hold on. Let me just think about where I need to switch. If I can do this.
So while Debbie's working on the camera, I'll read this card. So this is.
Wait, pause for 1 second. I think I am going to read.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. This card is Fueled by Hate. And the flavor text here says, the executioner leads his army with the same hatred with which he crushes his enemies. He whips and slashes at them to drive them forward to battle. Fueled by Hate is an ongoing one. Let me bring this here so you can see it. So basically, here's the name up here. Here's the effect it has when it's used by Khan during the battle phase. That's that flavor text I was reading. Down here is the color, which is totally not relevant right now. When you're referencing color, you check that part. And if we scored a critical hit, we gain that bonus if we flipped over this card. And this right here is the cost in omens to get rid of an ongoing effect. So this ongoing effect, unfortunately for us, says ongoing. Each time a minion is exhausted, Khan's going to generate 1 hate counter. So he's going to build up hate as minions fight in this location. It doesn't matter whether they're his or ours. It's any minion. Now, this is where me being aggressive with my omens is going to haunt me, because I could, as a tactic, spend 3 omens to get rid of that condition that's in this battlefield. But unfortunately, I've only got 1 omen left, so he's gonna have that going on. And then, since it's a 2-player game, he gets another one, and this one says, "Your story ends here. The executioner's body bursts into flames. Fire spreads all around him, burning everything in its path. And the effect of it is destroy all generated hate counters, receive 2 direct damage for each hate counter destroyed in this way." So he loses his 1 hate, and we take 2 direct damage. Direct damage comes straight to us. We can't stop it, put it on our minions or anything like that. So we're down to 56. Okay, so those are his effects. And in the battlefields where he's present, the top-down view is perfect here. All right, so he's going to attack with the Soulless one. Now, when the enemy minions attack, you do not roll dice. However, you do flip over a card, and you reference the color for a tactic. So we've got, I'm going to bring close-up view in. Well, I won't do this every time, but I'll show you guys how it works on this one. So we got has a fate counter that they keep. So the base game comes with 3 fate counters, so every single player can have a fate counter in this cooperative mode. And you can flip your fate counter over to reroll a set of dice, just like you normally would, or you can use it to counter one of these tactics. And since that tactic would be giving him 2 evolutions, I'm going to go ahead and spend my fate to stop that one.
So when you zoomed and I put it on just the zoom camera, then there wasn't sound. So
oh, sorry guys.
What you said at all during
so basically what I was showing you while it was zoomed, sorry about the technical difficulty, what I was showing you during the zoom is that you compare the color to of the on the card that comes up to the abilities listed on the tactic abilities listed on the archetype card to see what tactic the minion gains when it attacks. So basically, they don't roll dice; they flip over a card to see what the effect would be. It was the card was white, and that one said if it doesn't have any evolution counters on it, it gains 2. That guy had no evolution counters, would have gained 2. That was super scary. So I spent my fate counter. I flipped it over to counter that effect. So now he's coming in just for a straight 5 points of damage. I'm going to go ahead and take 1 on each of these minions. Also, a minion, when he attacked a minion, was exhausted here. So because of this ongoing fueled by hate ability, he's gonna Khan's gonna gain a hate counter. Sad times for us. Okay, so that's. Yep.
So we going battlefield by battlefield, and either of us could attack whenever we choose.
Yeah, basically when it's our turn to attack.
Attacks, and then I'm doing my attacks.
So basically we're gonna go battlefield by battlefield, and so we're starting this battlefield. Khan gets to go first in the battlefield where he's present, so he's attacked with the guy, and then one of us gets to pick one of our minions to attack with. In this case, they're both mine, so I'd attack with one. Yeah. Then Khan would attack with one. Then one of us attacks back and forth until all the battles are dealt with.
Okay.
Okay. So I took 2 damage on the minions. Unfortunately, I think the other 3 damage will go on us unless we want to, maybe with the fueled by hate. So Debbie, here's the thing. It's got the fueled by hate. So every time I attack with a minion in this zone, we're gonna give them an extra hate counter. It may be that the best plan is to take an extra point of damage and let my minion here die, and then then it won't get its 3 attack dice, but at least it won't get another hate counter. So all right, so we'll do that. So that's a 3rd point of damage. One of my minions is down, and then 2 points remaining. We're going to go ahead. You know what? Actually, I think we won't take the 2nd point on the rat catcher, and so we'll take 3 to ourselves. That brings us down to 53.
Peter's probably thinking about what we should be doing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Forgive our non-perfect plays. All right, so we just got smashed in the face for 5 points of damage. It killed one of our minions, but now we get to attack back. Rat catcher is coming in, and I got a couple tactics here. So. First off, I've got the Book of the Dead, which this tactic lets me draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. It's super fun for a necromancer, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Drawing 1, 2, and I'll discard this Vengeful Mummy for sure, and I'll discard this Horror as well. And then I have the Screaming Host. And it says, tactic, you may exhaust this card to weaken a minion. If you weaken your own minion, plus 3 attack dice. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Throw that on my rat catcher. So now I'm going to be attacking for 2, plus 2 for the Book of the Dead, plus 3 for the Screaming Host, 7, which is maximum dice. Okay. Okay, roll, not super awesome, but fine. I've got a critical hit and 5 regular points of damage. So the critical, just like in regular play, and I could spend an omen here to futz with the dice, but I don't think this is super
and he
important.
Can't re-roll your dice.
Yeah, he doesn't affect us at all. So basically, only we get to decide. Now, you can't use your omens on my rolls. You can only use them on yours. I'll use mine on mine. But we can spend our omens and our fate counters to mess with his attacks as well. All right, so a critical hit. I'm going to go ahead and apply that to one of these aspect cards. And when you do a critical hit to the bad guy himself, so he's got these aspect cards. Each one of them has 9 essence. We can take all those out. We win. We kill him. So I'm going to do a critical hit to one of his, and whenever he takes one of those critical hits directly, you flip over the top card of the deck and you get a critical effect. Now, normally these are always good. Khan has a couple. Khan's pretty vengeful. He's got a couple things in his deck where bad things happen to us when we do critical. So hopefully I'll hit one of the good effects.
Can you remind the players of what the scenario is? Someone was asking.
Oh, the scenario is forging the army. So any of the bad guy minions that are alive at the end of the round are going to get a card from the top of our deck. And it's going to get locked into those, put under them, kind of like what happens when you're playing with the insects. So the card will get locked under the guy, and they'll get +1 attack and +1 essence for each card under them. So basically, he's growing this. He's forging this army of giant titanic monsters. Is the effect that happens there. We also have the ability to spend 3 omens as a special ability for forging the army. We can spend 3 omens when we attack to do a critical hit as a tactic. So that's before the dice are rolled. You can do a straight critical right away. Very sadly, one of those bad effects that he can do. He's lashing out at me, and for the critical, he's hitting me back for 2 points of damage. Now, normally that would have been frequently that would be a good thing happening for us, but unfortunately, in this case, he got a bad effect on us. All right, so now I have 5 regular damage to assign. Regular damage first goes to enemy minions in the battlefield. Much like weakening effects, you can't kill with that. So I put 2 on there because that guy had 3 left. So I took 2 of them out, and all the rest go to the aspect card with the most damage on it. So that's this one up here. So now we've got 4 damage on that one. All right, so we bloodied each other's noses a little bit there. And that fueled by hate gives him 1 more hate counter when my guy attacks. All right, so that's it for that battlefield. Now we're going to move on to the central battlefield. And again, Khan gets special abilities. So this one is Incinerate. As the executioner screams in rage, fire spontaneously erupts all around you. And the effect of it is choose and destroy 1 friendly minion. So one of our guys just dies. I nominate my zombie. All right, so zombie down, burned in flames. All right, and
no pressure. Now I have to do everything.
Now you got, and he's got 1 more power. These powers are the nastiest part of the nemesis. These are your nemesis lashing out directly, doing terrible, terrible things to you. This one is, and it's for a 2nd power in this battlefield. It's Earthshaker. The executioner hits the ground with his giant axe, sending a shockwave that tosses your minions about like toys. And this is bad too. Exhaust each friendly minion with attack 4 or less. Sadly, yep, she got tossed on her butt. All right. She's down. All right. So okay, that was bad. But we're still alive. All right. Now the bad guy, now one of Khan's minions gets to attack. Fortunately, Debbie used Masilda to exhaust the really big one. Unfortunately, there's another guy here. He's coming in, and we get a tactic effect. And in this case, it is blue, and blue says evolve this minion. All right, so you could use your fate counter to stop it, but this one's not that bad. I think we just let it happen.
Sure.
All right, so we grab, the way the evolve works is you just grab one of these face down counters and you flip it over and put it face up on the minion who's attacking. So I'll move this guy over so you can see. So this guy now has this little little bony hand there, and we
What's
have a
the bony
reference
hand?
card that lets you know that that's a claw, and that gives the minion +2 attack. So now that thing is permanently got 2 more attacks, so it's coming in for 4 points of damage. And it's going to keep that evolution forever unless it generates another claw, and then it'll devolve and those will go away. But all right, so we're taking 4 incoming damage. I kind of like her. Maybe we keep her around and just take them all 4 ourselves.
Yeah.
All right. 47.
She didn't really get to fight yet.
All right.
So.
We got getting a little beaten up here, but finally now we get to move on to the battlefield where we get to shine. This battlefield is he's not present, so we get to attack first, and there's no powers being activated. So Deb, you just get to come in with your really monstrous guy, and he had a tactic on this card here. That says.
Yeah, I think I should do that.
Yeah, I think so too. So basically, she's got the Soul Eater here, and she can deal a damage to her guy, but in exchange, she gets to gain a blood and draw a card. And those blood abilities are pretty awesome on the vampire, the blood lord.
Card.
Great. All right, so coming in with that, and you got 7 dice.
No, it's not.
All right.
Good.
So
Wait, can I use the fate?
Yes. Yes, you can. So that roll wasn't great.
Do we still have fate tokens?
You
Okay,
have your fate now. If you using it means that you won't get to be able to use it to stop one of his effects, but that roll's pretty junky, so I think it's reasonable.
I'm going for it. This gets better. No, well.
Tiny bit better. All right, so we have we got 5 regular damage and a critical hit. So the critical hit gets resolved first. Now, use your fate. So you could use an omen to reroll a die, but I think we probably want to save it. I think, unless you could go for it.
I'm good with this roll.
All right. So critical hit. I suggest putting that on one of the essence cards so we get a critical effect, and hopefully we'll get a little luckier this time. So
One of these the essence cards.
So throw damage there, and we flip over this card, and the critical effect is gain 1 energy and 1 omen. So you get your energy goes up by 1. You gain an omen. That was indeed awesome.
Wait, so why did I get that?
So that was from your critical hit. Your critical hits.
When I roll a critical hit, I get something positive from his card.
Well, if you assign it to an essence card. So basically, you could assign it to a minion, but neither of these guys were about to die, so that wouldn't be particularly useful. Or you can assign it to the essence card if you assign it, or to the aspect card. If you assign it to the aspect card, dealing damage to him, then you get a critical effect. Normally good, but sometimes with cons, sometimes bad. All right, and you got 5 damage coming in. So first, the damage must go to the minions. So 1, but without killing them. So 1 there, and 3 there, and then any remaining damage goes to Khan himself. So
Khan.
The aspect cards. So yeah, great. All right, so that's your attack. Now it's his turn. He starting with the biggest minion he's got, swinging in, and he gets a tactic. And in this case, it is red. And red says this minion gets +1 attack for each evolve counter on it. Fortunately, that minion has no evolve counters, so we're just taking the 4 points of damage.
Question, I don't know if it for removing the ongoing effect, can you use the omens of Debbie split up?
No. So basically, when you attack, when you attack with one of your minions, when Debbie attacks with one of her minions, or when I attack one of mine, we can spend omens and put them on that card. If that card gets, we can spend as many omens as we want. If we can get 3 omens on there, then we can make that ongoing ability go away. So unfortunately, if I'm attacking with a minion, Debbie can't spend omens for me. I may spend minions with my guy attack, omens with my guy attacks. She can spend omens with hers. Good news is that effect is only affecting that one battlefield. All right, so we've got 4 damage coming in. I'd suggest we take a couple of it on the Caretaker and a couple of it on the Chin. What do you think?
Yep.
Okay, so
2.
Yep, 2 on him. 2. We're down to 45.
I mean, you've been through this before, so.
Oh yeah.
How do you want to make that decision? Because I don't know.
So basically, sometimes Khan will do, like with those battlefield effects, sometimes he'll just kill our guys outright. So we have to be careful not to, if a guy dies and he hasn't had any damage on him, it's a real waste for us. So basically getting some damage on guys in battlefields where Khan might have an effect is useful. And we have to worry about, of course, dying. And this, by the way, the difficulty level that we're at now in the development phase, we're going to have various difficulty levels. We'll have, ways to make the game easier, harder, etc. Right now, it's at a fairly hard mode. I would expect the difficulty level we have right now to probably be the hard mode or the close to the hardest mode. So really good chance we're losing. Yes, we're in trouble. Is what I'm saying. All right, so
Peter had a comment. The essence card should be one on top of the other.
Oh, so yeah, basically all the damage is going to be going to one of them first, just for ease of reaching them and stuff, and not accidentally flipping over 2. I'll just have the.
So you would normally stack them.
Yeah. So basically, you can't split up damage on them. You deal all with one, and then next. So
we can do the next
exactly. All right. So where were we? So now we would attack with a guy. We're out of guys. Bad guy gets to attack, and the color on this one is white. If this minion, it's not good again. It's not good for this one, unfortunately. It says if this minion does not have any evolve counters on it, evolve it twice. 2 is scary, but we can spend an omen to make him basically re-roll that. So I'm going to spend an omen. And we're gonna.
And either of us could have spent that on.
Either of us could spend that open. So maybe it'd be smarter for you to spend it. I'm not sure, but we'll leave. Yeah. All right. So we flip again. This one is blue. That's evolve this minion. So it's just going to evolve once. That's less terrifying. So we'll go ahead and do that. Oh no. All right. So this one is cunning. Whenever this minion attacks, it resolves 2 tactics instead of 1. So that was really bad. He gets to go again. Oh, but this time it worked out for us. Again, we got white, and it says if this minion doesn't have any evolve counters, evolve it twice. He does have an evolve counter. So fortunately, sorry, it goes over on this guy. All right. So fortunately, that second effect didn't hurt us. So now we've got just 2 points of damage coming in. Sure, let's just take 2.
So if we unlock Merlin, will you reveal him?
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a write-up. We'll have write-up. So we'll have a write-up coming, just like we had a write-up for the packs we've unlocked so far. As we unlock packs, we're gonna have write-ups on them with lore and a little bit about their mechanics. So yeah, we'll have some spoilers for Merlin when we get there. All right, so now we're reaching the end of the round, and this is where the forging the army ability comes in. I was hoping we were going to do better keeping the bad guy's minions under control. Not doing so hot on that. He's got 5 of them out. Yeah, unfortunately. So Debbie was pointing out that she didn't use her tactic, but remember he exhausted our minions using his terrible evil powers. All right. So we take 1 card from the top of our deck and put it under each of these guys. So they're just growing gigantic. And I
know everyone can't see everything, but I hope this will help people get a feel for how it plays. We're doing the best that we can.
Boom, and 1 from the top of your deck for each, Deb. So we've got 1,
Wait, what? This is
This
you got that power.
This is the forging the army. So basically, with the forging the army, at the end of the round, his guys grow, and in this case, they're growing a lot since we're they're each getting +2/+2, so they're getting real big.
Oh, wow.
Yep, we're in trouble.
I can
slide that under. Yeah. And slide that one under there. Okay. All right. So now that's it for the round, and then we'll straighten all these guys back up.
Oh, okay. It's tough, naked guys.
Yeah, and then our guys prepare. Khan's gonna get a hate at the beginning of the turn. Bam. We are going to we're each gonna flip our fate counter back over, and we're each gonna get a free omen.
Oh, I didn't notice you had one too, so we both have a fate.
Yeah, so
counter.
every player in the cooperative gets a fate counter. Each one of us can use it for a reroll, and we're gonna get it. We keep it. We have it every single round of this. So that's one of the advantages we have in our sort of team.
For us.
Yep. And our action counters go back up to 6. And we each gain 4 energy. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so let's check and see if we have any questions over there. Deb, anything?
Still a lot of focus on Merlin. So when you update the stretch goal list, Merlin will show up in a box.
So Merlin is a character deck, so he will be just like all those expansion packs. Where basically it'll come in a pack. It'll have an avatar standee and all the cards that go with it for your skill card, and all the cards that go in his character deck. So basically, he'll be a pack, just like Tatsu and the Blood Curse ship that we've unlocked so far, and we just unlocked the Opera House. So basically, we've got 3 packs unlocked, and we're partway through unlocking Merlin. Usually the Kickstarters do a lot of activity in the last 48 hours, so I'm expecting we'll easily unlock Merlin, and then probably unlock, and we have a shot at unlocking another pack. And
we'll show full art. So if you're curious to see like the full art, so once it's unlocked, then we do an update where we have the full art in there. So you can see the little images and the images of the stretch goals on the page, but in the update we do the full art image, so you can see a little bit more detail and some lore. You better get ready.
Yeah. So as if things weren't already bad enough, we now have Khan's going to be summoning up more minions here. So it's a 2-player game, so he's going to be getting 2 minions in each battlefield. We got those 2 there, these 2 here, and these 2 over here. So he's got a big swarm coming, and then we have to determine which battlefield Khan himself is in. 5 through 8, so he's going to move over to the center here and be in these 2 battlefields.
So Khan has 2 decks. He has a deck which is these minions, and then a deck which is
So So basically, the deck that controls the color of the cards and the special powers he's doing, that came with Khan. That one. Comes with whichever nemesis you get, and then the army you're fighting against comes from the archetype. And each round you shuffle up the deck to keep it so any of those effects could come up on any given round. All right. We're going to have to do a little strategy here session because, man, we are in we are going to die. All right. So I think this would be a time where we should use your vampire ability to like get. So you've got that one guy in your deck which can kill all minions in a battlefield and give you blood equal to their cost. That's what's the name of that guy? We'll just look through your deck and we can reshuffle it
okay,
afterwards.
I have it in. I don't think I have it.
So let's see. This guy, Johan, he costs 10 energy, but when played, he comes into play exhausted and destroys all other minions in the battlefield. So you can literally wipe out every single guy that that they.
So are you gonna put him on the top of the deck now?
Well, basically, yeah, no, I wish. How am
I gonna get? Oh,
well,
is there an
for
ability
8
to search
blood,
here?
you can search your grimoire, shuffling afterwards for a minion, and play it with its cost lowered by 4. So, and you happen to have a couple bloodbaths in your hand. So while you're only at 4 blood right now, 3 blood right now, you could I
like it.
You could get your blood up to the point where where you can do that effect. So so I think that should be our game plan because of how basically how much he's running out of control. I think the best battlefield for us to blow up would be this central one.
Would that only be the minions in that battlefield that card destroys?
Only the minions in that battlefield, and it also kills ours in addition to his. So there's there's all kinds of bad. But what you could do is, for example, you could, like, as a possible course of action, maybe one action you move the concubine over here, maybe, and then spend an action on the bloodbath. So that'd be 2 actions and bring you up to 7 blood. You could then potentially play one of the vampires in your hand where she is and gain another blood. So that would bring you up to 8 blood, and that'd be enough to activate that that ability.
After I move her.
Yeah. And then
so you're glad I'm playing the vampire.
Yeah, well, in this case, I think that. So just trying to figure out if we have enough energy and actions to pull that off. So that guy costs 4. This would reduce the cost by 4, so you need 6. So you need a total. So if you played that, you'd have to move her, play a vampire, gain energy, play the bloodbath, and then activate that ability. So you could pull all that off. Then you'd be over here or over here, depending which way you wanted to be, with a bunch of vampires, and I think that would give us a decent shot.
I feel like here because Khan's here, but
yeah. Although
how do you think about that?
Yeah. So basically, some of the effects can do nasty stuff, but you'll have 1 action remaining, so you could, for example, exhaust down that cunning guy using or this. Basically, you could pick one of these nasty guys to exhaust down.
+1/+1.
Yeah, so that guy is really big. So maybe you exhaust that one. Okay, all right. So a little strategy session there. I think we've come up with.
Peter, do you have any advice for us? Help me live.
All right. We got a plan. We've got this. We're in trouble, but we've got it. Okay.
Luckily, Rob knows every card in my deck.
Like I said, the difficulty level right now is basically set to high. So I found when playing that I'm losing most of my games, but I'm winning occasionally, and and obviously I'm an advanced player, so we're going to have to make easier modes where novice players can handle it. But basically, just like we did with the Hero Realms campaign stuff, we're going to have multiple difficulty modes in the game itself to adjust it. So this is basically more about showing you the mechanics and how things work. The exact effects on things might change and tweak as we continue the development process, etc. But we're showing you sort of the overall what the play's like, and right now we're showing us getting our butts kicked.
Peter said, "Die with honor."
Die with honor.
I think that means he's not going to give me any tips.
I like the die with honor advice. That's good.
Peter's the game designer on. He's on chat. If anyone.
So we got our plan. So I'm gonna try and take save us in this battlefield. You're gonna blow up the center one and take on that right battlefield. Maybe I'll throw a zombie over there to help out. We'll see. All right. Yes. So basically, we are going to see what Khan does. He's starting out with 3 hate already, so he's going to be lashing out his white. Good. He got no effect on that one, so he's not gaining anything right there. And I am going to go ahead. Let's see. I've got two zombies in the discard pile here, so that's awesome. I'm going to spend 5, bringing me down to 2, and an action to play a Lord of the Dead here, giving all my zombie minions in that battlefield +2 attack, gaining a Omen in the process. Totally got this. All right, Debbie. Khan is got blue. That's discard a card, or he generates a hate. Do you have anything we don't care that much about?
I never had anything bad.
Yeah. I think we just let him have the hate. Maybe. Yeah.
Well,
we're probably not going to get to both of those vampires this turn, but maybe for next turn you're going to need them. Yeah, probably going to need them for next turn.
It is pretty good that when a minion's destroyed, I get a blood.
Yeah. Now, one possibility we could do, you could...
I think a lot of minions are going to be dying.
Yeah, a lot of minions are going to be dying. You could play that guy here and then go ahead and bring the thing down. But I don't know. I think getting rid of the. I think we're going to need the minions in that battlefield. I was briefly musing about having her blow up her own vampires with that big effect. But I think that's a little too scary. So basically, with you need to gain blood, so you could do your bloodbath. Get your blood up.
Well, does this go to my discard?
Yeah. So sorcery effects is playing. Do what they say.
A bloodbath using my action, spending an energy, and then upping my blood from 3 to 7. And that was with this bloodbath card. Okay.
So bloodbath has been played. Now my turn. I can discard a card to prevent him from gaining a hate.
Peter said we have about a 70% chance of losing. So there's a chance we could win.
There's a chance. What he's saying is there's a chance.
There's a chance we could win.
There's a chance. We got this.
And he said the good thing is it's really hard for experienced players too.
Not
just novice players. So
but
don't worry,
you're all going to die. It's fine. All right,
we
perfect.
will have easier modes.
So I went ahead and discarded a card to prevent him from getting a hate, and then I am going to spend my action to get a vengeful mummy out of the discard pile, and with that I can weaken a enemy minion twice. So I'm going to go ahead and drop 2 more damage on this giant 7 attack faceless one. So he's got 6 damage on it. So, all right. So Deb,
I'm going to reinforce.
Yeah, reinforce.
I'm going to spend an action to move my concubine over here.
And I would go ahead and move Masilda at the same time. We could have moved her at the beginning of the round, but that's free when you reinforce.
Oh, it's free when you reinforce.
Free when you reinforce. So basically, move her over because that way there'll be stuff alive in this
battle. And this is because I'm planning to, if I can work it out, kill all the minions in this battlefield, just to remind everyone of our strategy. Yes. Why I'm moving my concubine over. Yep.
All right. So but we forgot Khan, and again, a nice way to check. We've only revealed 3 cards. So Khan got a red. That is a hate that we cannot prevent. So we're just going to take 5 damage. Nothing we can do about it. I'll go ahead and, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and take 2 of it on this mummy. He's just taking it for the team. 1 of it on this Lord of the Undead. That's 3.
And I could take another one of my caretakers at 7. No, 5 actually. So maybe 9.
All right, sure. So we just got 2 more to us. So we're down to 41. All right. And his hate's all used up. Okay. So now for my action, we got blue. I could discard a card. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna discard a card to prevent him from gaining hates. Yep. All right. Now for this will be my 3rd action. I'm gonna bring that zombie back. And I already used my necromancer ability, so I can't do that again. All right.
Yeah. How did you?
Basically, sorry, Vengeful Mummy. It has the buried ability. You can play it from the graveyard without paying its cost. So I totally did that. All right.
Okay, so I think if I play another vampire here, then I can gain a blood.
Yep.
So I am going.
But before she does that.
Oh yeah.
Green. All right, so this one says you can get rid of a omen to prevent a hate.
I think getting an omen.
Yeah, you're going to be getting a bunch of omens, so yeah, I think we're good with that.
All right, and then I'm going to play my Voiceless Covenant for 4 in this battlefield. That's an action. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then because I played. Do I get this right now?
Yep.
Another vampire minion. I gain 1 blood. Now I have 8, which is enough to do that thing we want to do, and I get an omen.
Perfect. This guy also has an omen under his cost there. So when you play him, you also get an omen. So, all right. So for my 4th action, green. All right. Omen or hates. I really wanted to have more omens, but also don't like him having the hate. Well, I think I'm going to let him have the hate because I want to have the omens to be able to get rid of his fueled by hatred ability. So sadly, he's gaining hate. All right, so I'm going to use Airspeed's ability to gain and go get an attachment. I'm going to get Sultan's Bane, and I'm going to throw it on... Actually... Yeah, sure. I'm going to get Sultan's Bane and throw it on the Lord of the Undead. Gives him +1 attack and +3 essence. All right. And that gives me that omen that I so badly wanted. All right.
Peter believes we will win. He believes in us. Peter is the game designer. If anyone doesn't already know that. Put out all minions as you can so you can breathe a bit more. Gather omens as much as you can. We're trying.
We're trying. We got it.
And
you got it.
Use focus strike to kill newborns.
Yeah. All right. So,
we also said the good choice for me is a big vampire which turns blood into omens.
Yeah.
You know.
I know the one he's talking about, but
I don't have
maybe next time. But this time we got to deal with that giant.
So I'm going to use my 8 blood.
Not yet. You
I probably don't have enough energy.
Yeah, you got to gain energy first because he costs 10.
I have to play it
minus
when I find it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to gain energy with my action. Take my action. Gain 2 energy.
Oh, and of course, Khan does his thing.
I keep forgetting on
1,
my
2,
turn.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. So Khan. So 8. This is Kate. So this one is Omen or Hate. I think. Hey, let's see. How many does he have?
Peter said to get omens.
Yeah.
I can blame Peter if we lose.
Kind of feel like. So what are you going to be doing? You're going to be blowing that up, and that'll be it.
How much energy am I going to need for the card I'm going to play?
It's 10 minus 4 with your special abilities, so
6.
So you'll be down to 1 energy, and you're going to want to use your Masilda power. So I think basically, yeah, your call. Which do you want to go? I think there's advantages to each. You want to spend the Omen or keep it?
We can spend the Omen.
All right.
I know you hate getting hate.
Okay.
I don't know why, but
yeah, and you already gained your energy, right?
My energy.
All right. So for me, blue, discard a card or he gains a hate. I'm down to my last card, so unfortunately, he's going to be gaining a hate. All right. So now, we have my action. I've got 2 actions left. I've got a zombie I can dig up, and I think I should play a zombie over, well, this area really could use a zombie because of Lord of the Dead. So I'll play another zombie here for mine. Then Debbie, your second to last action. We have red. He gains a hate. Nothing we can do about it.
Okay.
Ma'am? Oh, wait, this was...
Okay, now I'm going to use all my blood. I'm going to have 0 blood. To look for, what do you want to look for?
Oh, there he is.
This one?
That's
Strahl.
the man.
Johann Strahl. So, should I still shuffle my deck?
Yeah, I'll shuffle for you.
While I just read this. So when played, exhaust this minion and destroy all other minions. Gain 1 blood for each minion destroyed this way.
Awesome!
Oh, is that the one? So that. Okay, awesome. So, and I can play him right now. No, I can't. Do I have to wait? What did it say? For a minion and play it with its cost. Oh yeah, so I can go ahead and play it.
Yep.
I'm gonna play it into this battlefield. I'm gonna use the rest of my energy, and then I have to exhaust him.
Yeah.
And then we're going to destroy all these. And then what did it say? Gain 1 blood for each minion. Yeah. So how many? And
there's 4 of them here. So you can make 4 blood. And also something speaking of forgetting things, when you play this vampire in this battlefield, forgot to use that to gain 2 extra blood. So what that'll... so you were 6. At 10, and now it brought you down to 2. And now you gain 4, killing all these guys. Yes! So... those are all dead.
Good.
Cleared up.
I took care of one battlefield.
Yeah.
You got the other.
Hey, he's still alive over here. We got more work to do. All right. So and here is your deck back. Bam.
Thank you.
All right. And just to make sure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, we haven't forgotten any of his effects. All right. So Khan. White's no effect, so he does not gain any hate, and this will be my final action. I'm going to spend my last 2 energy to drop Featherless Martyr over here. So, or I could throw one here. We just start. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put it here.
He doesn't have any guys. I'll get a free swing in, and if he happens to get an effect that we have to choose and kill one of our minions, much rather it be a Featherless Martyr than our awesome giant vampire. So, all right. Okay, that's my last action, and then Khan gets red. He's up to 4 hate. Oh, he's going into the battle with maximum
41,
hate.
in case you're not sure where we're at.
Yeah.
41 health. So for my final action,
I think maybe Masilding, one of those big guys.
Yes, it's a great idea. So let's see. Who's the...
So I think there's a bunch of good options. So basically, this guy has 6 attack, so he's gigantic. This guy's got 4 attack and is cunning, so he'll get 2 evolve. He'll evolve twice, so we'll flip cards twice to see what happens with him. So those 2 are, this guy's a 5/5, so they basically there's all kinds of scary over there. So I think, and basically they'll attack with the biggest guys first. So we'll attack with this one, then that one. So I think maybe getting the biggest one, and then or the guy who has the cunning, who's got the cunning evolution. Maybe the biggest one.
This guy.
The guy with the 2.
I mean, the cunning guy is kind of very creepy, but I think I'm gonna exhaust this one. 6/6. Peter said, "Do not be impulsive, or you will lose."
All right. So that was the final action. So now we're going into battle phase. We're starting over here, and actually, this is a spot where Khan is not present. So so we get to attack first. And I'm gonna want to be spending my 3 omens to get rid of the Fueled by Hatred, to prevent him from going completely nuts on us. All right, so this says each time a minion is exhausted, generate 1 hate. So unfortunately, when I choose an attacker, he's going to get the hate, and then I'll be able to stop it.
So every time we attack with any minion,
anytime any minion in this battlefield attacks, he gets a hate. So it's really scary. But I can spend 3 omens to get rid of it forever when one of my guys attacks. That's why I was like saying, all right, I must have 3. So I'm going to attack. He's going to get a hate. He's going to deal damage to us, but then I can shut it off. And I do have my Screaming Coast. So I could just attack with a regular old zombie here. And it's 2 attack. And it has +2 attack from the Lord of the Undead. And then it has, and then I could use the Screaming Coast on it to give it 3 more dice. So I could attack for 7 with a regular zombie and spend all my omens to get rid of that. I think that's what I'm going to do. All right. So attacking with a Vengeful Mummy. This generates the hatred from Fueled by Hate. He has 5s. We're going to take damage. I think we should get rid of some of these counters, get some damage on him, in case he happens to die. So let's put, like, I don't know, 3 damage on him. This little guy, I'm only sort of keeping around as a buffer for you, so put 2 on him, and that'll be our 5.
2 on him.
All right. So took our hate damage. Now I am going to activate. I'm going to spend 3 omens to get rid of this Fueled by Hate. So any number of omens I spend would go on the card. They'd stick around there. Get to 3. It goes away. I'm spending all 3 right now.
From the game forever.
It'll go back into his card pool.
Yeah,
it goes to his discard pile. So it's out of play. So I've spent my omens, getting +3 dice, and so I have a little zombie coming in for 7 dice. Let's see what we can do.
Oh.
That's a lot of damage. I really, really wanted an omen here. Oh, but I did not get one. All right, critical here. So basically, the reason I wanted a critical so bad is this guy who has 7 dice only has 1 health left. If I had gotten a single critical, I could have prevented him from attacking for 7.
You can't use my omen. To reroll a die.
So
that could be the easier mode.
Team play. Can you use an omen on your teammate? Hey, Peter, I don't know if you're still online. Team play. Can you use an omen on your teammate, or is it just? I think it's just for you, but I'd have to double check. I could use my fate counter, but the rest of this roll is pretty sweet. So I think we and searching for a critical on a single die is a long shot anyway. So even if I did have an omen, it's probably not worth it. So sadly, I didn't get the critical I wanted. However, we have a severe beatdown coming in. So we're going to be doing 7, 2, 4, 6.
He said yes. So do you want to try to use one?
I mean, it's a 1 in 6 long shot. Not to mention, we don't know what's going to happen if I take out that 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, I'm going to be actually taking out this.
I said go on. Does that mean to do it or not?
We're not gonna. Let's see. We gotta preserve.
We have a chance.
We gotta preserve these omens. We gotta preserve them. All right. So, all right. Damage. We got 2 on that guy. 2 on. Grab me some of those damage omen counters, please. 2 on that guy, and that leaves 5, which is exactly enough to take out an aspect card. So, we've hurt him. Khan is injured, screams in pain, but we have. But in his vengeance, he gets a special ability.
Of course he does.
Of course he does. So he's initiated a death pact. At the end of each round, each player must choose and destroy 1 minion they control. So I'm going to have to let one of my guys die at the end of the round, and so are you. And that is an ongoing thing that's just going to be happening for the rest of the game. So put that one.
For the rest of the game. And there's no way to get rid of that?
There is no way to get rid of that. Khan, that's just an additional thing that Khan's got going on right now. So, yeah, nasty, but hey, we're still alive. All right. Coming in, Khan's coming in with a big guy here, and he gets a tactic. All right. If this minion doesn't have any evolve counters, evolve it twice. Nasty. I think I'm just gonna counter that one. Yep, totally countering it.
Can I counter it with
You
one
can counter. Either of us can counter it with our fate.
Okay,
So, given, yeah, I think, yeah, I'll just go ahead and counter it with my fate. All right, stopping those evolutions, but that does not prevent the damage. He's still coming in for 7 points of damage. I'm gonna take, I'll take 2 on this highly injured, or 2 on the zombie that's already attacked. 1 on another zombie. So that's 3. We've got 4 to go. I'm gonna take 3 on this Lord of the Undead. So that was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we'll take 1 on the chin, going down to 40. All right. For next attack, I'm gonna, I think, use, let's see, Lord of the Undead. He's got 4 + 1 is 5, and as a tactic, I can weaken him to give him +2 attack. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So he's going to be coming in for 7 dice. See if we can get there.
Oh.
Wow, that's a lot of criticals. That's good. Bad news, total damage count isn't high, but man, we got 3 crits. That is perfect. We're going to use one to take out this guy who already had 2 damage on him. Second one to take out this guy who already had 2 damage on him. And one more to finish off this giant guy. That was awesome. And we'll return our cards in a minute. Some of our cards are in there from there. And then, so that's 3. And then 2 points of damage on this aspect of death over here. So that went great. Good attack. All right, so then one of their guys would go, but they're all gone.
Yes.
Now, sure, this is Mummy coming in with 4 dice. 2 criticals and 2 regular damage. That's awesome. So criticals going on the bad guy give us effects. First one, restore 2 defense and gain an omen. Defense is our health, so our health is going up by 2. And I'm gaining an omen.
Going in our favor.
Yeah, we're turning it around. That was pretty good. That was a good battle. All right, and we got 4 damage coming in on this aspect over here. All right. And then finally, the rat catcher gets to come in. I don't have any cards in my hand, but I'm still going to activate this tactic where I draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards because some of my cards have cool buried effects, like this Underworld Guide. So I drew 2 and discarded 2. So this guy's a zombie, so he's going to be getting the bonus from the Lord of the Undead. So I got 6 dice coming in. I think we're going to be getting rid of all the aspects in this battlefield. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. That'll do it. No crits. I was kind of hoping to get some of those, but can't complain. All right. This one. No, it's not that bad. I mean, they're all bad, but this says Feast of Souls. Heal 4 damage from each symmetry card that's game wide. So that symmetry card is going to heal up to full. So go ahead and remove the 2 damage that's on that. Okay. First battlefield done, and wow, that went couldn't have gone much better than that. That was pretty good. All right, central battlefield. While Khan has no minions here, he still himself is there, so his powers are going to work. First one is Flamestorm. The executioner points his axe into the air and the sky turns red. Seconds later, flaming meteors smash down all around you. When revealed, receive 6 global damage. So that's 6 damage anywhere we want to break it up. Well,
I can take a 1 here.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. And maybe 1 on that guy, maybe 1 on this big guy. My guys are maxed out on damage. That was 3. So then I think 3 on us.
Yeah.
All right. We're down to 39. All right. And for his second power in this battlefield, we have Brawl. Receive 1 damage for each minion present. So this one says Brawl. The Brawl is furious and chaotic. Many times allied forces strike at the wrong target in the chaos of battle. Fortunately for us, there's only 2 minions in this battlefield. We receive 1 damage for each minion present. So that's 2. I think we just take that directly.
Why don't you flip 2 cards on the battlefield?
So basically, Khan gets powers in each battlefield in the thing, and the number of powers he gets to activate is equal to the number of players. So because there's 2 of us, Khan gets 2 effects. So we take 2. We're down to 37. Now we could have taken that damage on these guys, but I think they've taken enough of a beating for now. All right, and now my Featherless Martyr is coming in hot with 2 dice. Come on, criticals. 3 damage. 3 damage. That's not bad. That's not bad. Good shot. She got in there. Little Featherless punch. All right, 3 points. Okay. Now this is the real fight over here. Okay, sadly, Khan's got a couple powers to activate. Power number 1, Earthshaker.
So on each attack, he gets 2 power
in each
cards.
battlefield where he's present,
Okay.
he gets 2 effects.
Wow.
You're not gonna
My
like
guy
this
gonna
one.
die.
The Executioner hits the ground with his giant axe, sending a shockwave that tosses your minions about like toys. That poor coming concubine, she's getting knocked over wherever she goes. When it's revealed, exhaust each friendly minion with attack 4 or less. So I know that's not good.
Exhaust these 2?
Yeah, both exhausted.
I thought you were gonna kill my
good.
guy, so it's not as bad as I thought.
All right. And then next, Fire Blast. The Executioner shifts his great axe to one hand. His other hand starts to burn as he points at you. You feel the heat of an intense furnace as flames lash out toward you. And this gives us 3 direct damage. So we can't put it anywhere. It has to be to us. No choice. All right. That was bad. But we're still alive. And now the soulless one. So Khan now will attack with his biggest minion, biggest attack minion in that area, which is the soulless one with its attack of 5. Plus, he gets a tactic. The tactic is green. And that one says, evolve this minion and each minion in play with the same name. It's the only one of those guys in that location. So he's evolving. We could stop it, but I think we'd probably save your... Yeah. So he gets a tentacle. Annoying. All right. When a minion with a tentacle attacks, one player must discard a card at random from their hand. I have no cards. Do you have any cards? You have 2. All right. So unfortunately, we're just gonna 1 to 4. It'll be that card. 5 to 8 will be that one. He's making you discard that one. Vampire down.
My voiceless covenant.
All right. All right. What does this guy do again? Ongoing. Whenever a minion is destroyed, you're going to gain a blood. All right. Nice. Okay. So all right. So now we take 5 damage. Ooh. Maybe like 1, 2, and then we take 3 on the chin. 31. All right, Deb.
31. Hey, we're still like above half alive.
yeah. All right. So now, we unfortunately he did that Earthshaker thing, and 2 of your guys are down. So you only have 1 guy to attack with. Good news is he's a big guy. So you've got 7 dice to attack, and you can use your tactic from your.
I think I should do that.
Oh, this one you can't because we took too much damage on him. I'm sorry. We probably should have thought of that. Yeah. We could have taken 1 less damage on it. We've taken 1 more damage on ourselves if you knew you wanted to use that tactic. So we'll go ahead and cheat a little bit and be down to 30. Pull that damage off. We'll take backseat. All right, so you wanted to go ahead and use your Soul Eater, so go ahead and throw a damage on there to do that. So that lets you draw a card and gain a blood. So your blood is now up to... You were at...
0 or 1?
No, you were at 6. Oh. Remember, you gained blood for every guy he killed.
Yeah. Okay,
so now you're up to 7, which is awesome. And you can use your... Haunted Forest, and he is of the Haunted Forest, so you're going to be getting 2 omens, which will be super useful. All right, now you have the option of if you want to, you could spend 3 omens to do a critical hit. So basically, 3 omens to do 8 points of damage. So you can do that wherever you wanted. So like you could. So this guy has 4 health. So if we spend 3 omens on that, and you happen to roll 2 criticals, we could take him out before he gets to attack. Might be reasonable. Or you could do a critical to Khan himself, and we could flip over one of these cards to see what effect he gets. So, or you could save your omens to re-roll individual dice.
I'll try.
All right, great. So where
if I put this on,
it'll do a critical hit, so it'll do a point of
damage.
No, just one point of damage. So basically, take off the 3 omens, you get to do 1 point of damage wherever you'd like. So there, and then we're gonna.
Or what about that?
You could do that guy, and then if you get a single critical, you'll be able to take that guy. So basically, it depends on how lucky you feel. Get a little lucky, you roll 2 crits. This guy's attacking for 4 dice and has this thing where he does 2 tactics, so he's mean. We could try it there.
Can I re-roll a die with these?
So each one of those can roll a die, and you do have your fate, which lets you, if you want.
All right, let's try to go for 2. I don't know how many times I've ever even got 2 critical in one roll ever.
Yeah.
Have you gotten that on?
There's a shot. There's a chance. This is a long shot.
You guys feel like I'm lucky or what? Let's see.
Come on, let's go.
I use a fate token, I think.
All right, so we got 5 damage, which is a little bit below average for 7 dice. We didn't get any crits. So basically, the fate is very powerful because we can stop one of those nasty tactics that come up. So it's a painful thing to give up, but if you get lucky with those crits, it could be great. So, I'm feeling it. I think go for it.
All right.
I don't know. Your call. Your call.
I hope I'm lucky.
All right, we're going for it. We're going for it. Using the fate. Yes!
All right.
All right, she got 2 criticals, which is what she was hoping for. Rest of the damage isn't stellar, but hey, those 2 crits are going to be huge. So,
get rid of this guy.
Getting rid of this guy.
I didn't actually think I was going to get 2 criticals. Did you?
I was hoping. All right, that was awesome. Okay, so that was where your 2 criticals went. You got 3 regular damage to assign. Has to go to the minions without killing them.
I think. What's this one at 6? How many do I have total? 3?
3 regular damage to assign. Yep. So then you got 3. There's 3 bad guys there.
Oh,
so.
I didn't see that guy.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. No, it's.
So probably I should bring this guy down to just need 1 more to kill. He's at.
But yeah, well, sure. Yeah, he's got.
For next time.
Yeah, for next time, sure. Yeah, we got this. So basically, he's a 6 right now. So
I need to do right.
Yeah.
And then next time I could maybe use omen tokens to kill him.
Maybe, and I mean, obviously they're going to grow at the end of the turn with their evil powers, but.
All right, and then does it matter which one I put this one on?
Anywhere you want. All right. So his minions sucked up some damage.
Yeah, Peter wanted us to use the fate to reroll.
Yeah. Peter was in the go for it.
I didn't see your advice, but Rob is feeling very high risk.
All right. So now we would get to attack, except Khan uses evil Earthshaker power and extend min. So basically, he's got a guy coming in. And that guy gets a tactic, and that tactic is white, which since he doesn't have an evolved token, it's going to give him 2. Really don't like that. I think I will spend. Well, one of us should spend omens to get rid of it. I think I kind of like having a multiple omens so you can use that power. So I'm gonna spend mine.
Am I the only one that has that power?
No, both of us do, but you basically, I have 1, you have 2, so we can either even out our omens, or I can spend down to 0. I don't know which is the better play. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll go ahead and spend my omen, and we will.
So then you just draw a different tactic when you use the omen.
Basically that's just like a reroll. So basically, just like in 2-player, you can spend an omen to reroll an opponent's die. Here, you can use it to reroll a flip.
Peter said he used a lot of his energy to influence that roll across the world.
Oh, well done.
Thank you for the positive vibes, everyone.
Some,
probably everyone was sending me positive vibes.
Yeah. All right. So let's see what he gets this time. Blue, and blue is evolve this minion. So it's a single evolution. So we'll take that. We'll take that. All right. He's got wings. So basically, this means that the damage is going to come directly to us. We can't stop it unless if we had a guy with flying in that location, we could choose to take it on that minion or us in any combination. But basically, flying past our defenses, we're taking 2 directly down to 28. That now we're into the end of round stuff. This is where each of these guys is going to be getting a card from each of us. So these, I moved the camera. Sorry about that, folks. Boom, boom, boom. And Deb, you're losing some cards. These guys are going under here. Boom, boom. So these guys are gigantic. Yeah. So again, these growing the guys growing like this is a direct result of our scenario, which is, sorry, I'm trying to straighten up the camera. Our scenario, which is forging the army. So basically, that's making his guys gigantic. All right. So that was end around. Any questions on there? Just Peter sending us good vibes across the ocean.
Quentin says he's going to have fun with this. Peter loves that you're reading a flavor text. Sean sent us a bunch of emojis.
Awesome. All right. So we are preparing our dudes and our skill cards.
Did you get an omen already?
I've not yet got my omen or flipped my fate counter. I will do that. Great. Omen. I've got an omen. Khan gets hate. Hates it so much.
He gets a hate every time?
Every beginning of every round, he gets a hate.
I feel like Khan is OP.
I think he needs some therapy. I think that's... All right. Maybe could you prepare those guys up there?
Yeah.
All right. Now let's see which battlefield Khan wants to hang out in. 7, 8. He's going to continue hanging out over there, beating up on some vampires. Upside down.
Oh, I can move.
Yeah. Okay. Now, let me see where we are. Oh, here's his bad guys. Khan summons up more of his newborns.
What?
Yeah, every round he's creating them. These are
how many does he get each round?
1 per battlefield per player, so 2.
And where does it say that?
In the rules.
Okay, so
it's not on these. Yeah. It basically that's just that's a rule. That's not a con rule or a demi rule. It's not a rule from the scenario. It's a rule of this.
And is he getting 2 because of 2 players?
Because of 2 players. So basically, when you play this game mode, you get 1 minion per battlefield per player at the start of the round.
So creepy. Faceless reject.
All right, and we each gain our actions are back up to 6. We each gain 4 energy. All right. Oh, and by the way, we killed a bunch of guys who had stuff attached to them. So these cards go to your discard pile, as does this one, and these are mine. All right. Okay. Well, strategizing for a second. Oh, that guy's awesome.
Because he has a lot of damage.
So is he in the discard pile right now?
No, he's in my hand.
Oh, he's in your hand. Cool. Awesome.
But I need 6. I need 2 more energy.
Yeah. So you got that off of your Soul Leader. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, he's a really good one. So yeah, I think getting him on, and you have I have no hands. This is my hands.
Aristocrat that we're talking about. So when I have 6 energy.
You also looking at your blood powers, you can spend 6 blood to play a non-legend minion from your graveyard with its cost reduced by by 4, so that's something you might be able to by 3, excuse me.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like this Blazing Heretic could be a cool guy to bring back, or this Voiceless Coven. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Voiceless Coven, when you killed that bad guy last round, you got a blood. Okay.
So I'm at 8.
So I think so I've got some actions I can do out of my graveyard. So I've got a couple zombies to play. I've got this Underworld Guide, and I can use airspace to search a weapon out of my deck. I definitely don't need to be here anymore because we took out these cards. Now we still fight in this zone, but I think my special abilities I could potentially better use in one of these battlefields. So I'll go ahead and hop into the central battlefield, I guess, or should we maybe I should join you on the battlefield on the right. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was on this little guy. Well, he's bigger now. All right. So, yeah. All right. That seems. Oh, shoot. End of the round. We forgot another cleanup thing. We each had to be, because of the death pact, we each had to get rid of one of our cards. So, Vengeful Mummy, I think
I can't get rid of an attachment.
No, it's a kill a minion that you. So the death pact is at the end of each round. Each player must. Yep. And good news is
does that count as killing?
It sure does. You'll get another blood. Okay.
9 blood.
All right. So let's see what Khan does on my action. Red, he gets an unstoppable hate. He is hating it up. All right.
Peter, no spoilers.
All right. All right. I am gonna spend my first action. I'm going to bring a zombie into the central battlefield, and I will use it to weaken an enemy minion twice using my Necromancer power. All right, that's I'm good to go with that.
So gaining 2. Oh, go ahead.
So first off, white. So that's a good one. No action for him. No wait. All right. So you were thinking about gaining energy?
I was thinking about gaining energy so I could play this guy on my next turn.
Sounds awesome.
I mean, I have his blood. Okay, I'll do that. Someone commented on the length. So Bill just joined. He commented that he uses more table space than he expected.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we want to comment on that. And then, is this the expected amount of time? We've been talking a lot, so no.
So basically, much like the gameplay it is significant. So basically, the more players you add, the longer the gameplay will be. If you're learning and you're banter heavy, then sure you could expect this kind of game length. But advanced players would be way ahead of where we're at. So basically, we spend a lot of time talking to the camera and futzing with our technical equipment, and
we had some technical challenges
and bantering
I have a lot of questions.
and answering questions from things. So basically, so you can expect a significant game length. This is not a quick game. This is not like sit down and play Star Realms in 20 minutes you're good to go. This is you're going to be playing for a while when you play this. But this game, this is something I told Debbie before we started, is this is going to take us a long time because we're going to be talking to the camera and etc. Basically, it's like you're teaching a bunch of people. So your first game, it's going to take a long time, especially as you talk things through. But as you play more, the game length will come down.
Yeah, and I'm asking a lot of questions, whereas normally I'd kind of read through the rule book before we play. But
and and I don't know if you guys can tell from your perspective, but like unexpected crazy stuff comes up in the and we're like trying to figure out how to do it, and like whether we are winning or losing is like going back and forth. So it has a really cool like sort of playing against a live opponent style feel. But yeah. Anyway, that's so now we are.
so I took my action.
You took your action, so I'm on to my action. Con green. Oh, he wants my omen again. Curse you.
Oh, how many? Is there a limit of minions per battlefield?
Yeah, 6 per side. So.
But the bad guy can have as many as he wants. Is that right? Peter said not for enemy minions.
Yeah, but basically for us, we've got 6 per. 6. 6 is our cap. All right. But yeah, Khan's a big cheater. He gets as many as he wants. All right. So where were we? We were. It's green effect. I got to decide whether I want to get rid of an omen to prevent the hate. Yeah, sure. Take my omen.
You hate and hate.
I hate the hate.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to be protective of our score here, but I don't know. Maybe we've got enough fodder that I should have not done that. All right. Anyway, for my action, I will. I'm gonna activate Airspeeds and grab me an attachment. I'm gonna get a Sultan's Bane on this Featherless Martyr over here, and that will give me an omen. Okay, Deb.
I'm not sure if I should use I gotta make sure I'm using my blood when I can. So I'm gonna play the Ravenous Aristocrat into this.
So,
that's what I'm thinking.
So speaking of using your blood, if you want to, you could spend, and you probably do. You can spend 4 blood here to reduce the cost of a vampire minion from your hand by 2, and you'll actually get back 2 blood once you play him because you've got your.
Okay, so the cost is down by 2.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go to. And then this goes down by 2, but goes up by 2.
Yeah,
it goes down by 4.
Both on by 4 and up by 2. So
I'm gonna go down by 2.
Yep.
All right.
Great.
Oh wait, did we already take Khan's?
Oh no, we did
turn?
not. There's
Sorry.
3 revealed
So
here.
the person that just joined, when it's my turn, when it's each person's turn, Khan goes first, and then I go.
All right. So we got white. So no hate.
Okay. Awesome.
Awesome. All right. And you activated your Bloodlord, so go ahead and expend that. All right. So. All right, so for my third action, first Khan, white. So that is no effect on his action. Awesome. Then, camera down. Camera down. One second.
So weird. Do you want to get it?
I got it. Stay there.
And that's the audio.
Oh, can you hear us now? Okay.
Camera fell down. That's so odd that it fell now after all this time.
All right.
I think I need to get a.
How's the framing? Looks good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, folks.
Can you hear us?
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take. I think it was my case that made it a little slippery.
Yeah, this is a lot more complicated than I expected to get everything set up, and we still are, as you can see, figuring things. Yes, to be able to do all. I think I need a so of not just Sorcerer, but all of our games. So
all right,
we'll keep working on improving our setup.
Hopefully we have
I need a better iPhone tripod. That one's not.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear us? Yep, they hear us.
I just want to try and Jerry MacGyver this so it won't do that again. All right, MacGyvered.
We get MacGyver in the house. I don't know if everyone even knows that show. It's kind of an old show.
Okay. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
7 blood because my blood thing kind of scooched.
Oh, yeah, you were 7. Yeah. Okay. So,
we're at 28 health.
Okay, so for my next action, I am going to I'm going to bring up another zombie here. All right, so that was my 1, 2, 3rd action. Yep. Okay, Deb. Khan is going blue, so you either discard a card from your hand, or he's going to generate a haste. What do you got in hand?
I have blood bath. I can.
Ooh, well, I don't know. Like, all right.
Or we get a hate. Is anyone in the audience having?
Yeah. So an option. You're at 7 blood right now. You could use your bloodbath to get up to 10 for 1 action, and then be able to use your deck power again, which is that thing's awesome. Or you could.
So this one would use the -10 one.
Another really good option is you could use your -6 blood option to dig up from your discard pile. I think you keep. Well, first off, I think you keep that card.
Can I look in my graveyard?
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm thinking you keep your card and he gets a hate. Are you good with that?
Yeah.
All right, he's up to 3 hate. You've got this minion in your discard pile, this Flaming Skull guy, and when he dies, this one here. When he dies, you get to kill an enemy minion with 3 or less cost.
Did I do that when he died?
He got into your discard pile from all their effects when the enemies were growing. That card went under, and when they died, it went back to your discard pile. So one of the advantages of that for us, bad news is when they steal cards, we lose access to them, so you couldn't search it out of your deck or whatever. Good news is when they die, those cards go to your discard pile. So I think that guy's awesome because it can.
Yeah, I could
be able to kill a guy for free when he dies, and he's got a swarm of guys over there. So I think you play that over into this battlefield over here, using using your vampire power.
All right, so my vampire power is this one, -6. So I'll go down to 1 blood, and I play a non-legend minion. So I'm playing. This is Blazing Heretic. With his crossbow by 3, he cost 4, so I'm gonna pay 1. Did I change?
No, not yet. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, and then I'm gonna play him into this battlefield.
Awesome. All right. All right. I am. Let's see here. Khan for me, blue. I have no hands, so I can't stop him from getting a hate. So he gets his hate counter. All right. I am. All right. So here's what I'm thinking. In this battlefield, we're going to get to attack first. And because they have no cards over here, essence left, we get to just assign our damage. So basically, it'll be much easier for us to kill our minions. But they've got like 8 points worth of defense over here. So basically, having some heavy hitters over here could be useful.
Yeah.
But over here, I've got 2 zombies. If I bring the Lord of the Undead over, each of these guys gets +2 attack, which is pretty sweet. Now here, this one guy's getting +2 attack.
His minions can't move around.
His minions don't move, yeah. So I could spend an action to get that guy over there, maybe have the swap places with the Federalist Martyr, yeah,
I like that.
And bump up those guys. All right, doing it. Swap in locations. Now I could move my guy, but I think he's in a good spot. All right, Debbie. Red Con gets hate. We can't stop it. 5 damage coming into us. I think. Let's see. I've got 2 actions left. I've got that.
Monkey Muckus wants to know, how's the game gone? We think we can get this guy, but he's pretty tough.
It's tight. It's tight.
Tight.
All right. So 5 damage. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 damage on the Featherless Martyr. And 1 on each of these zombies. Could you grab me another damage? Okay, I got 1 here. Never mind. 1 on each zombie.
So when someone was asking how many hate counters does he need? So when he gets 5 hate counters, what happens?
Yeah. So when he gets 5 hate counters, we remove all the hate counters, and he does 5 global damage. We have to assign 5 damage between us and our minions. Here's a question. Maybe we put the 5th damage on this Blazing Heretic and just kill off this giant guy.
What about killing this guy? Because when he dies, I get damage for all the enemies.
Blood equals damage. Well, I think.
Not that good.
I mean, we could put all 5 there. That would absorb all the damage. I'd take the damage back off these guys. And
I mean, but this is good. This is better.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So sure. I'll put the 5th point of damage on there and kill off that.
So he dies, right?
Yeah.
So we're killing Blazing Heretic. I just want to make sure that people can follow what we're doing. So let me just compile. And then we're gonna, because Blazing Heretic has an ability. Where did I put it over here?
Gets to kill a minion.
Non-legend minion with attack 3 or less. So.
Oh, attack 3 or less. Oh, I thought it was cost. So maybe not this guy then.
I thought it was attack.
Yeah. With attack 3 or less. Never mind. That was bad plan on my part. It'd still be good to kill one of his minions, but I think we just wait for him to deal damage regularly. So sure, let's just take that last point. Or you know what? Actually, on this guy, because he can absorb some damage for us. All right. So that was Khan's effect.
All right. So I don't really have a plan for my turn. I should probably exhaust Maselda.
Yeah, to.
And what is this? Exhaust a non-legend enemy minion with cost.
That's the one that does it by cost. That's why I was confused. But
right, one action.
So yeah, that guy's a problem.
This is 4. Yeah.
So basically, either one of those guys. Actually, they're both attacking for 7. So it doesn't. And the guy has tentacles. So you're right. Get rid of that. Expend that guy. All right. So Maselda just expended that guy, prevented him from going.
Thank you.
All right, I have 2 actions left. I'm being a classic necromancer here and playing with no cards in hand, just pulling a bunch of stuff out of
No, you have cards in hand
for many turns. Okay, my graveyard's packed. I got options. All right, so he gets a hate, and I will. All right, I'm gonna bring up a zombie into this central battlefield here. Debbie, Khan for you, white, no hate. Good deal. All right.
We had a question. There was a couple things. Does the scenario add any cards, or is it just rules?
So there's going to be multiple different scenarios in there. They will add rules. Some they don't have a deck of their own, but sometimes they could potentially have tokens or cards or whatever things that affect game mechanics. But but they do not have a deck. So you get a deck from your nemesis card, who you are, who the bad guy is. So in this case, Khan, and you get a deck of enemies who you're fighting against from the archetype card. In this case, the Demiurge.
And then, yeah, someone asked similar question. I think there's been some technical delays, and we're taking time to explain. It's 2+ hours in expectation for co-op run through. So, I mean, in this case, yes, because we had technical delays and we're asking a lot of questions and we're explaining a lot of things, but generally it wouldn't take you that long for you to actually play.
But if your group asks lots of questions, you guys like to table banter and have fun with it or whatever, yeah, sure. Yeah. If you're learning, your first game's gonna be long.
It's your first time, probably playing a couple hours.
As you play, and if you played regular Sorcerer, which a lot of you would probably have, your first game was probably significantly longer than games as you go forward because you're reading everything, figuring things out. So what I'll say is the game length is significant in the so when you're sitting down to play Cooperative Sorcerer, you're gonna be sitting down for a long game. So like over an hour. Compared to our other games, so over an hour. And if it's your very first time playing and you're bantering a lot and stuff, it could be like a few hours. That's in the range. But we're taking way longer than probably even the slowest
the camera
players.
fell over.
And we're stopping and reading questions and answering and stuff. So, but yes, that's all right. Deb, sorry, you're.
Is it mine? Did you Did I do my contract?
I believe we did con, and then you were deciding what to do.
Okay.
If anybody out there watching knows that we're wrong, you can pipe in, but I think that's where we're at.
Okay. So, well, I'll just move my action because I know I'm going to do something. I probably just gain energy.
Or you could gain. What?
I could play this and gain blood.
Yeah.
Let's do that. I can use one energy. I can use one energy and gain 4 blood.
Okay.
So now I'm at 5.
Great.
I had a couple other questions. Will there be any more villains in this Kickstarter, or maybe in future Kickstarters?
So there will very likely be more of these cards in the future. But there will likely no additional ones of these in this Kickstarter. However, you're going to have a ton of play content with. I don't know if anybody watched if you watched the video which has the undead, you can go back and watch this on our Kickstarter page. But they function very differently from these from these evolving guys. And when you combine these different things, just there's going to be tons and tons of play variety. So yes, long term, no short term, I guess is the answer to that question.
And Peter said Virgilio is, I don't know how to say his name, Virgilio is very good with the Enbringer.
Nice. Yeah, and you'll see that the different characters, lineages and domains have different strengths in this sort of cooperative mode. All right, so you did your action, which is what my final action. Con is red. He gets a hate. Cannot be stopped. All right, and then for my last action, what goodies do we have in this discard pile? It is going to be, I believe I'm going to play my Underworld Guide. I can play this card from my graveyard, paying its cost. If I do, I can return a non-sorcery card from my graveyard to my hand. So, I will spend 3 energy, get my Underworld Guide back to my hand. To play, excuse me. I'm going to play her. I think I want to beef up this battlefield where we've got so much craziness going on.
I love that. Is it a cat?
Yeah. Grab me an omen. I think it's a lynx. Lynx, or it's a spirit. Okay. And I'm going to return a Daughter of Hecate to my hands. Okay. That was my final action. Debbie, your final action. Khan does not generate hate. White, we got on that.
I was thinking I would draw 2 cards because I don't have any cards in my hand.
You're out of gas.
Unless you have another suggestion.
That's pretty reasonable.
I mean, I could gain energy.
Yeah, basically energy or cards. Like the bad news is if maybe they'll grow tentacles and steal your cards. So
better get it. So I need to do both to play card. Well, so I can gain energy.
Sure, yeah.
So the tentacles let some steal cards.
Yeah. So
that's
one of the possible mutations for the bad guys is whenever this minion attacks, one player must discard a card at random from their hand. Now I have a card, so if that happens, I discard. But if it happens multiple times, then we'd be protected from future tentacles. All right. So we've used up all our actions. It's on to battle. This battlefield first. So Khan is not present. He doesn't have any aspect card, so it's just going after the minions. I get to attack first, and I'm gonna use the Featherless Martyr here. And I'm going to go ahead and use her tactic to weaken her. So taking a damage to get +2 dice. So she's going to come in for 5 dice. Let's see what we get. All right. All right. So we got 2 criticals. So when they have no essence cards left, the criticals get the bonus effect just for free. You don't have to assign it to the enemy card because, well, you can't. I think in this case I'm going to use an Omen to try and up my damage because I want to take one of these bad guys out. So I'll spend an Omen and re-roll a die. Another critical. Nice. So I've got 4 damage with 3 card effects. 3 critical effects. Yeah, that seems great. We're going to go for it. So, critical number 1, sign damage. Critical number 1, we get restore 3 defense. Our health goes up by 3. Nice. So we're at 31. Critical number 2, restore 5 defense. Excellent. 36. That's very helpful. All right. And critical number 3, restore 2 defense and gain an Omen. I just feel this so much. Nice. All right, and I get an Omen. That was awesome. 4 damage. I'll assign all of it to this one guy. He one guy down. Sadly, it is now Khan's turn. Attacks. Gets a tactic. The tactic is blue, and blue is evolve this minion. Sure. What does he get? Oh, he gets cunning. He gets another tactic. And that one is green. And green is evolve this minion and each minion with the same name. And he, for that, gets wings. So I cannot stop the damage. So we are just taking straight 4 points. But I gained us so much defense.
Okay.
We're good. All right, down to 34. Okay. Now my little rat's coming in. Rat catcher coming in with 4 dice. Come on, buddy. Catch those rats. You got it. 1, 2, 3. I need to up that damage a little, so I'm going to spend an Omen to reroll a die. Come on, come on. Yep, yes. Got there. So 4. That'll take that guy out. Now, in this battlefield, we've already taken out the their cards, so we just have these effects. This one's giving us a permanent effect of us losing a minion at the end of turn, but there's no damage to be done there. So we kind of won that battlefield, but unlike in the PvP, you don't flip over a battlefield and stop fighting. The fighting continues. You have to deal with it. All right.
So will he still get more minions?
He'll still get more minions there. They're just going to keep coming. So we've got to hurry up and win these other locations. All right. Central battlefield, special ability time. I'm afraid of that Earthshaker effect. Let's see what we get.
Shaking he like toys.
Flame Storm. The Executioner points his axe into the air. The sky turns red. Seconds later, flaming meteors smash down all around you. Receive 6 global damage. All right. So.
We're running out of damage tokens.
Yeah. Let's see here. I think I'll take 1 on this zombie. And
this guy could take some.
3 on this cat. So that's 4, 2 more. So yeah, maybe 2 on that. 2 on that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Khan's second. Fire Blast. Okay, this is the one where we take 3 direct damage. The Executioner shifts his great axe to one hand. His other hand starts to burn as he points it at you. You feel the heat of an intense furnace as he lashes out. 31. All right. So now Khan gets to attack with a minion. And we've got... we have a tactic coming in, and that tactic is white. Ew, that's the double mutation one. I really don't want that. I think we use the fate. I'll use my fate here. All right, countered. Okay, our turn. Deb, I think you attack.
That just counters it. You don't pick a different one.
Yeah. So an omen. For an omen, you can make them reflip. Just get a different one. With the fate counter, you can full stop the tactic. So I chose to use the fate counter there. So Deb, I think you come in with Johan here. He's got 7 dice. So
yeah, let's do it. Someone was asking if a player could play as the Man-Eater.
No, it's currently all the rules for it are fully automated. So, so basically, player cannot play as a man-eater. Oh yeah, here's
the dice,
big pile of dice.
Lucky roll. And Quentin said, "Very good job with design. This can't get here soon enough."
Come on, Deb. Come on.
Ooh. No,
all right.
oh.
No, nice. 3 crits. That is
One
good.
double.
All right, so nice. Okay, so I softened up this guy using with my
so we should kill him,
so we
right?
should definitely kill him off. So that's 1 crit. I think for the other 2 crits, I kind of want to go for more of these critical hit effects and see if we can get lucky with them. What do you think?
Yeah.
You could injure that guy, but you can't kill him. This guy's over in the other battlefield. So.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that work again?
So we will flip over for each. So you do damage. So you do the critical damage directly to the guy, and then we reveal one of these cards and read the critical effect on it. So for the you want to do that?
Do it twice.
Yeah, so we're gonna do it twice. So we'll do it one at a time. Are you good with doing it?
Let's do it once, and I want to
see what happens. All right. First one. Gain 1 omen.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yep.
I need to put a damage on him.
Yep, damage on him from the critical. You want to do it
and
again?
It's always on the same one. Yeah.
All right.
Good.
Second one. Gain 2 omens.
So what's
That's
the downside of this? I mean,
occasionally there'll be usually it's all upside. Occasionally he can they're well, I'm sorry, more omens.
One more.
Occasionally there's an effect which where he can do it. So did you do the damage for that second one?
Yeah.
And then now you have 2 regular points of damage. Bam bam. Oh, maybe we should have rerolled those misses. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so that was pretty awesome. Now Khan would get to attack with somebody, but he is out. So I'm gonna go ahead and send in 1 zombie, and this zombie is gonna have 4 dice because of the bonus from him. And
they lost a few of you. What happened?
Oh, cable view. Maybe power?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, you didn't put the battery on it.
All right, so let's get that back.
Yeah, okay, we'll figure. Give us a minute.
We can also use this one, Deb. Shoot, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that.
Well, all the sound's off, so that's probably what the issue is. Yeah, I'll need some tape to tape this on.
Yep.
I think we could do the other one, but we don't have a cable long enough for that one. So, guys, just give us a minute.
Do they have sound? Or is there sound coming from them?
They have sound.
Okay.
That was from the other camera. We could also not show us and move that one over here.
Let's see if this comes back online.
This is chart. Yeah, it will in a minute. We had a plan to take this battery on here, and
We may have forgotten. It is possible.
Yeah, I was actually charging it up so it would be full, so we could. Because my phone, even though it was fully charged, tends to run out pretty quick. Let me see all the behind the scenes.
Our technical expertise.
So, Rob, is there something else you could talk about while we're waiting?
I don't know. I think I'm just going to run my attack. I don't know. I'm pretty desperate to see what goes on with this one. Okay, so I don't know if anybody has any questions.
Okay, this is coming on, so it'll take a couple minutes, and I'll have this back
Sure.
on.
I've actually been super excited. I just want to take a second to thank all the Kickstarter backers. We are on track to do better with this Kickstarter, knock on wood, than the original Sorcerer Kickstarter, and that is awesome. We're already closing on $300,000, which is well above where we were going into the last 48 hours on the first Sorcerer Kickstarter. So yeah, we really appreciate the vote of confidence from all the people out there. I know, like when you first make a game, people are backing it based on just what they're seeing in the videos and on the Kickstarter page. But when a game's coming back with expansions, you know that people have had a chance to try it, and it really says a lot that you guys like the game enough to be coming back and backing it. I know Peter really appreciates it as well. He's been working super hard on this content, and it is really fun. I think for some people who are like PvP Sorcerer players who are just getting the Enbringer stuff because it's not that much extra to get with your pledge if you're getting all the packs for PvP anyway. I think you guys will be really pleased. It's a really fun game experience, and there's a lot of stuff that you love from Sorcerer, but the new stuff is great.
Okay, why is this sideways?
Working on our technical issues here. Yeah, so the Kickstarter exclusives, the stretch goals in these unlock packs, and for everybody who's played the stuff from the first Kickstarter, those extra packs are awesome. It's kind of interesting, like people's early reaction after they play the base Sorcerer and they see how much replay there is. Their initial reactions are often, "Oh, we got echo."
Alright, I think I need it now. This is not showing up.
Sorry, working out those technical issues. But anyway, those extra packs are you basically when you first start playing Sorcerer, you're like, oh my god, there's so much replayability, so much content here. Why would I never ever need expansion packs? But then once you actually play with them, they're just so cool. The combinations that you get, those extra characters, lineages, and domains in both the Kickstarter exclusive packs and the stretch goals packs that got unlocked. They're just super awesome. Very thematic, super fun. So those are really awesome. So you've got it. The camera is. Well, you know, I just need to tilt the phone.
But we didn't have it that way before. So, like this.
No. What I was saying is, if when you physically tilt the phone, it reorients its camera orientation. So we might have to. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Brilliant.
All right, we're back with a tabletop view.
And I'm gonna just change in settings. I have that issue with the. So okay, just give me a second. I have to fix the sound really quick.
So this is one of the reasons why this game is taking a little longer on our playthrough.
Well, this feedback unless I connect this to headphones.
Absolutely,
So these are now connected to headphones. So sorry, but it gets through the feedback when I do that. So showing up now.
Yeah, but you got to do the reorientation again. I don't know why. The tilt.
I am tilting. I'm just not sure.
So basically, you're just going to take the phone out of the thing, turn it this way, so it realizes which way it wants to be. Or just... Is that the way I get it? You know what I'm saying?
No, it's on the other camera.
Sorry, guys.
I have to change it back. Damn, it's on the wrong camera. It's showing a Magic the Gathering trophy, hun. All right. I think that looks good. I think. This. Thank you, broadcast studio.
Alright, so we just need to...
I think the angle's a little off.
Yeah. Alright, we are back.
Hold on, I'm just gonna one.
Yeah, sorry. That's fine. Do the tabletop view is big and us is small. We'll be good.
Well, that's what I was trying to do. So for some reason it keeps making this one.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, no, I think that.
We have sound?
Yeah, these look like they're both on, but this one's not showing.
Okay.
Okay, so can you guys hear us now? We're going to keep it on the overhead camera if you can hear us.
Can anyone hear us? All right. Okay. Do we have sound?
Yes.
Yay!
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Wim.
All right, back to it. I got a zombie. He's coming in. 4 dice. All right, so we got a point. Do I want 2, 4, 6, 7? All right. I think I'll just accept that terrible roll, and we grab one of those omens and throw it on that guy. Yep. So that roll wasn't great, but don't worry, we've got lots more zombies. So Khan would attack with the guy, but he is out. So next zombie comes screaming in. Oh, that's way better. 3 hits and 2 criticals. Oh no, it went here. Sorry, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So I'll do 1 critical to this guy. Are you out of damage or? Okay, yeah, 1 critical to this guy, and then I'll do 1 critical here. Yeah, I'll just use this for a second. We're gonna have a bunch of damage counters in a second when I kill this guy off. When for that critical, we get a effect. Oh shoot, it was a bad one. 2 direct damage. We're down to 29. And then so that's 2 of the damage. 3rd point of damage goes here, and then and then 1 more damage goes to this, finishing it off. And we have an effect. All right, so whenever a minion in this battlefield is destroyed, heal a symmetry card. So basically, the symmetry card will heal when damage happens. When minions are destroyed. All right.
Heal 1 for each minion.
Heal 1 for every time a minion is destroyed here. The symmetry card, the symmetry card will heal. All right. Then I have another zombie coming in. We've got 4 dice. All right. I've got 3 damage.
I have a lot of omen tokens. I'm just saying.
Sure. Yeah. Let's try and beef this up. Minus maybe
2.
Sure. Yeah. We'll go for it. Critical. All right. Great. That's 4 damage. So let's see. 4. Actually, I'm going to spend 1 more omen on this last one. And I missed. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put the critical on this minion, finish him off. And then 3 damage on this aspect card. And then our final attack in this battlefield, we've got the Lord of the Dead coming in with 5 dice. Let's see if I can get a good roll.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. That will do it. All right. So that's exactly enough. He had 6 damage left on that. So for the critical, we got distribute 2 damage among enemy minions. Already killed all those guys off, so that doesn't help. But that is enough damage to finish this one off. And we've got Storm of Souls. Ouch. When revealed, for every minion, roll a d8. On a result of 5 through 8, destroy it. On a result of 1 to 4, reinforce it to any other battlefield. All right. So, they have no minions left, so this isn't going to affect them. So for our team, I'll start with the Lord of the Undead. On a 1 to 4, I get to save him and move him to another battlefield. 5 through 8,
Come on, Rob.
All right, nice. So Lord of the Undead, I think I'm going to bring him over this way because I already have a zombie over here. All right. Next, do you want to try the big guy? 1 to 4, he lives. Ah. He's dead. He's dead. All right.
Who designed that card?
All right, Peter, she's mad at you. All right. And then for the 3 zombies, this guy, 1 to 4, he lives. He lives. All right. Sure, he's going to hop over here and probably take some damage for the team. And then the other 2 zombies, 1 dies, and the other 1 lives. All right. Storm of Souls resolved. Okay. So now we have this final battlefield. If we can take out these 2 aspect cards, we will win this thing. So here we go.
We can do it.
Khan's powers. Power number 1. Fueled by hatred.
Oh no.
Yeah, the execution. Each time a minion is exhausted, generate 1 hate. This is that one we got rid of before. But good news, you have some omens. You'll be able to get rid of that thing. Second, Khan's second power. Tempered in pain. The executioner leads his forces with cruelty and malice. As his rage grows, they clearly fear him more than the enemy. And this is another ongoing. This one also takes 3 omens to get rid of. And this one says, whenever an enemy minion is attacking, remove a hate counter. If you do, it gets +2 attack from this attack. So basically, he's going to be converting his hate in this battlefield into hitting us with 1,000,000 dice. All right. So he's got his ongoing abilities. And Khan gets to make the first swing. He's going to swing with his biggest possible die, which is this one, coming in with 7, the maximum attack of 7. Yeah, swinging in. All right, and he's got powers to activate. So, let me get those ready. The tactic. The tactic for this minion is blue. Evolve this minion. I think that's probably reasonable. And he gets the flying.
Is that this guy?
No, it's the big one there. We can't stop it. So his attack comes directly to us. Can't put it on any of our minions. Down 7, down to 22. All right. Okay. Deb. Me. Oh, do we have?
Want to ruin your experience, but to put out condition is 3 omens per player.
So
is that the fuel of hate?
Well, we'll just keep playing the way we've been playing.
We're playing on easy mode.
Yeah.
Easier mode.
Go ahead and do the one of your attackers. So. And so.
Do the 3 omens.
Let's see. So.
I think that's what Peter was talking about.
Oh, and he got a hate counter when his minion attacked. Yeah.
All right. So, let's see. I guess I should attack with like this one's biggest one. Or unless you.
Yeah, sure. Swing with a big guy. Oh, maybe.
Can't you like damage me or something? I'm just worried about something bad happening.
Yeah. Basically, so one option is you attack with a blazing heretic, and then when damage comes in,
then I can destroy.
You can let the blazing heretic die.
Yeah.
So I think that's reasonable. A little less dice, but still.
Also, we want to do this before those guys are dead, right? No.
Yeah, but
I'm just mentioning that. I'm not
no,
sure
I mean that's
right
totally
order,
reasonable.
But...
Maybe we attack with this guy, and then when the counterattack comes, we let him die, and you'll gain a ton of blood. But actually, you're already at 5 blood, so you don't need that much. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe blazing heretic.
5.
Yep.
Come on.
That's not bad. No, we got. We do have a critical. Let's see here. Do you want? And he gains a hate, and I think you spend 3 omens as 3 of your omens to get rid of the fueled by hatred. That's
and Peter will know for next time.
All right.
When I'm a little more experienced.
Okay, so we've got. So the question is, do you want to add any to this? I don't think so. I think so. You've got a critical, which isn't enough to kill any of these guys right now. So probably just put it on the aspect. Yeah.
All right.
And
don't we get a critical effect from that?
We do, and the critical effect is distribute up to 4 damage among enemy minions. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So that is awesome. So I would say kill off this guy before he gets to attack, maybe.
Yeah. How many more does he need?
He needs 4. So that's that. So we just all 4 to him.
So that's 4.
Yep.
Is that how many I had total?
No. Now you get
that's 4, and then I have.
That
9.
was from the crit.
So now 3 more.
Then you have 3 damage to put on those guys, but you can't kill anybody with it. You can only injure them.
Of course not. 4. So maybe I should. What's he at? He's at 8. He has 8.
Yep.
So I have 5. So I can put a couple on him.
Sure.
7. And then I have 1 more. Let's see. This guy's at 5. Wow. I don't know.
Maybe this little guy there. Or no way. Maybe kill him.
Faceless reject. I mean, if I get a couple crits, I could kill these guys if I bring them down.
Well, what I'm thinking is when they attack with this guy next, you'll probably use this ability to kill off his last guy so he doesn't get another attack.
Okay,
so yeah, go ahead and put on the Faceless Reject. All right. All right, good attack. Now, speaking of the Faceless Reject, he's coming in, and he's getting green effect, which is... Oh, and he spends a hate off of that power, getting +2 attack, so he's coming in for 5 attack. And he has green, which is evolve this minion and each minion with the same name. Any other of those guys there? Nope. So he gets evolved, and he gets cunning. Swing again, which is gives him another one of these, and it is green again, so he evolves a second time. He's got a scorpion tail, which has an ongoing effect. Whenever one of our minions in that area attacks, we're going to have to weaken our minion. So he's going to sting us on the way in. And so it was +2 attack, so it's 5 damage. Well, since that weakening effect's there, we might as well get as much damage as we can on these guys. So that guy's already almost maxed. So put 1 damage there. Yep. 1 damage to kill that guy off so that you'll be able to use his death ability.
He's dead, yeah.
And then 3 more to us. That brings us down to...
He destroys a non-legend.
19.
So I take this little guy?
Yeah, so you can kill anybody with 3 attack or less. I suggest that guy because that'll prevent him from attacking.
Yeah.
All right, nice.
Does he have a discard pile?
Yep. It goes into their discard pile. Okay. So we took.
Said it is only one of us. Oops, not both of us.
All right. All good. So next we have. Move this back. Sorry about that, guys.
Hi guys.
All right. So all his minions have gone. So now we get free reign. So you've got a bunch of big vampires here to pound away with, and I've got a little tiny cat. So you want to do your big guy with the axe who gets that 7 dice? Yeah. So the scorpion tail weakens him, but he's already at maximum damage before dying, so the weakening will have no effect. So you get swinging with 7 dice. Come on. Whoa! You use your fate. Use your fate. Yeah. Full reroll.
I like that. We both get our fate tokens.
Yes!
Yes!
Oh, nice. So we have 3 crits and 4 damage. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking we use. Is there anybody? Well, this big guy only has 1 damage left,
we
right?
should kill him.
So 1 crit. You want to kill him? All right, great.
Yeah.
So That guy's down. I think we're turning this around, Deb. All right. So,
Yes.
next, let's see. That guy has 2 health left. That guy has a ton. Maybe we just go for crits against the bad guy to get those bonus effects.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
2.
2. So the other option is you could use 2 and just finish that guy off. But yeah, I think you're right. I think the critical effects, because basically these guys will be softened up by our attacks, and hopefully we'll be able to finish them off with crits from our future guys. So crit number 1, gain an omen. Crit number 2, gain 2 omens. Nice.
All right.
All right. So fueled up your omens, and so that's 2 damage to the. So it's a total of 6 more damage to that boss card. 2, 4, 6. So this is at.
Unky still really wants to play the bad guy. He wants to know if we can make like a boss.
Well, it is Sorcerer.
Boss
You're always playing the bad guy in Sorcerer, but yes, the big boss. What I'll say is that kind of content. Stay tuned. We may have some plans for you down the road. Okay. So now. Yep. And you've been. I think you gained some blood when.
Oh shit! Yeah. A minion is destroyed, and it doesn't matter including. How many people did I have?
Oh yeah. So we had. So your heretic died, and they lost like 3 of their minions. So you had like 4 blood. Okay. So probably your. Well, actually, you know what? There's not a. Well, they have a lot of health. Sure. Why don't you do your big guy? Oh, nice. All right. So, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So
could we kill that aspect
we
card?
could. The bad news is when you finish off an aspect card, all damage in that particular attack ceases. So I'm thinking maybe what we do is do 1 critical to the aspect card and a second critical to the second critical.
I'm sorry. What happens?
As soon as an aspect card is killed, the attack immediately stops. So the rest of the dice don't do damage. You can keep attacking with other minions, but you'll lose the rest of the dice on that one.
Let's not do that.
But certainly 1 damage to the aspect card, and that gives you. Critical of we receive 2 damage. We're down to 17.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he lashed back at us. Bad news on that one. All right, and now you have 5 damage to assign to the minions. So that guy can take 1. Certainly should. And then 4 to the other guy. 1, 2, 3. Here you go. 4 damage.
Wait, but he already had. Oh, that's right. He has 7.
He has some extra health.
Getting down to the wire.
All right. So now you've got your vampire. I suggest you use your vampire ability to give him +2 attack dice.
All right.
For 2 blood.
Yeah, let's do it. We've got plenty of blood here. Okay, so he was 4, so 6.
Actually, yeah, sure. Let's do
And
it.
you can't do that more than once.
Yeah.
I guess because you can only have 7 dice total anyway.
All right, not bad, not great.
We got almonds if you want me to reroll. I could reroll.
Let's see. Well,
do we need it?
Well,
So
actually, you know what?
Guy?
With the critical, we can kill the big guy because you got him to 1 away from dead, and then the rest of the damage will take out the
aspect card.
The aspect card.
All right. So, and then we flip this over.
Yep.
Harvest of Souls. When revealed, choose 1 friendly minion, then destroy all other friendly minions. What's a friendly minion?
Oh,
Is that our minions?
That's our minions. No. All right. Bad times.
I didn't even attack with this one yet.
No, you did. That was
that's
the guy you just attacked with. Yeah. So at least you got your licks in. All right.
Your cat.
Well, my cat hasn't attacked yet, but it's only 2 dice. I think your big guy with the 7 dice probably is the one we keep. But the good news is you're going to be going up to max blood. All right. So we took out that aspect card. We triggered a really nasty response from Khan. And he's killing off.
How many minions? Only in this battlefield, though, right?
Yeah. So it's 4 minions are dying. So you're just going to go out up to 10 blood. You get that guy back. All right. I believe we're going to be.
Isn't it 5? Do you have 3 in here?
Two. Yeah. I believe we're going to be going into the final round here, guys. All right.
Thank you, everyone who stayed with us for all this time.
All right. Yeah, we're learning both the game and the technical aspects here. Okay. So we are end of the turn. This guy is going to be getting a card from me and a card from you underneath him. That guy over there.
Under each of the...
No, the minion. The minion. This is from the is forging the army. Their guys grow each round. From the oh, actually, you know what? I forgot about the death pack. So I guess we do want to keep the cat alive over here. So back this up. Sorry. Because at the end of the round, each of us has to choose a minion and kill it. This would be your only minion. So keeping him alive does nothing. So we're going to back that up. And we'll leave the cat alive. And the cat's going to come in with its 2 dice. A critical hit. Nice. Take out this thing.
Someone was asking about rules. When would we have rules available?
So rules are the last thing that we... so print ready, basically, for the public rules documents are the last thing we do, primarily because of printing time. Everything takes longer than rule books to print. Cards, the packaging, the boxes, everything takes longer. So what we'll do is, just like we did with the Sorcerer Kickstarter, when the final pretty version of the rules is ready, we'll post it online on the Kickstarter, and then we'll post it on the Kickstarter, and that will and give you guys a chance to give feedback on it. All right, so end of turn. So now we're going back to the end of turn here. They have no minions.
Well, we don't have a lot of minions either.
Oh, look at this giant horde. Okay, end of turn. Using the soul, the Feast of Souls. This guy gets taken out. All right, and all right. I think we can win this thing. All right, so Omen token. Thank you. Fate flips. Action 4 energy gains. Actions up to 6.
Do you have the option to roll the dice if you want to on the energy gain? Or
just always 4. Just always 4 in this mode. Khan gets a hate, and Khan gets minions. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There's Khan's team.
We can do it.
We can do this. We've only, I think we're down to 17, but
you have a lot of people.
I got a lot of people, and he's only got 1 aspect card left. So as long as we can survive, concentrate a lot of firepower over there, we can do this. All right. So Khan, for my action, gets a white. So that has no effect.
Yes.
And then I am. Let's see here. Oh wait! Oh, we have to decide where everybody is. All right, I'm gonna back that up. So 1 to 4 Khans on this side, 5 to 8 is over there. He's gonna stick over here. That's unfortunate for us. Let's see now. Then I already gave him his hates. Where do we want to be? I think I will be over in this battlefield, and let's see, where is the biggest, nastiest guy? It's here, so I think you stay here too to expend that guy. All right. Now it's my. So we got a white for his effects, and now I get to do an action. I am going to spend 4, and where do I want to do this? Actually, I'm just gonna bring a zombie back here. I'm gonna use my necromancer ability, and we can
this one later and play it. It'll destroy all minions if they get.
Unfortunately, you're from the graveyard ability doesn't work on legends, and he's a legend.
He's a legend. Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
But you got a lot of great guys. Like this guy's awesome. You could use him, get him back from the discard pile, and then you'll be able to cast an attachment on him from your discard pile, right? So he'd be great. Okay, on Debbie's action, we got green, so you can get rid of an omen or let him get a hate. I think actually wouldn't be that bad if he got a hate right now, because we could absorb a couple of the. I could absorb. Oh, this guy already had damage. I forgot. So we could absorb some damage on my zombie and such. So I think we let him get the hate.
Yeah.
All right. So he's got 5 hate. I'm gonna take 2 damage on the zombie. 1 damage on the cat. That's 3, and then we're gonna take 2, down to 15. Okay. So Debbie has her vampire ability, which lets her play a vampire from her, or a minion from her discard pile, as long as it's not a legend. Costs her 6 blood, reduces the energy cost of the minion by 3. So for the vampire player, sometimes the discard pile is even can be as good as the hand. I'm thinking the caretaker is really exciting. There's also that 6-cost vampire who gives you blood when he dies. Lots of good options. But I think the caretaker's better. I'm not sure. Oh, you know what you could do? You could do that big vampire, and then use your Bloodlord ability to gain 2 blood, and then you'd be able, since you're at 10 blood, you'd be able to use that ability, that action, a second time this turn. You know what I'm saying?
No.
All right, so it costs 6 blood to get a guy back from your discard pile. If you get that vampire
You
back.
said I couldn't do him. Right?
Oh, not him. The other vampire. Sorry, the aristocrat.
Okay,
so if you get the aristocrat back, he's a vampire. So you'll be able to use your Bloodlord ability to gain 2 blood when he comes into play. So you'll go from 10. You'll use the ability, go down to 4 blood. That guy comes in, gives you 2 more blood, brings you back up to 6. So you could use that 6. So then you have 6 to bring up the second guy on a future action. So I think that's an exciting series of plays.
Okay, so let's see. So I play. Would you play this guy here?
Yeah, absolutely. So it costs you
by 4, 8. Yeah, so go down to 2.
6 blood, right? 6 blood to do it, and then it costs you -3 energy to play that guy. So you'll be spending 3, and then you expend that card, and gives you 2 blood for playing a vampire. Awesome. All right, and now. For Con for me, I discard a card or he gains a hate. Well, I have 1 card and I want to keep it, so he's gaining a hate. I am then going to spend an action to. I'm going to play. A Daughter of Hecate. I'm going to play it over here, and cost me 4 energy, and she's going to do 2 damage and take this guy out.
Nice.
All right, and then Con, on your turn, white, no hate.
All right, so I'm going to use my blood.
Yeah.
to do the play a non-legend. This isn't a legend right now.
Yep.
From your graveyard with its cost lowered by 3. This costs 5, so I'll go down 2.
Nice.
This might play it here. Do you think?
Yeah. I think I think we concentrated just a ton of firepower here to take out that last card. All right, and you're you got an omen when you played this dude.
Oh yeah.
And this is going to give you an omen, and he has a come into play ability, right? When played.
Choose one. Play a non-curse attachment from your hand or graveyard with its cost lowered by 1, and I have one that costs 1, or weaken an enemy minion.
Yeah, I think it's just way better to get the. I think we got this one, Deb. I think we're gonna get it.
Soul Eater.
All right.
It's free because I got it.
All right, I'm spending an action.
Should I put this on this guy?
It doesn't matter, but sure, put it on him. He's felt like it pretty good. All right, I'm going to get a white for Khan, so no, so he has no effect, and then I'm going to.
Oh, all the whites we're getting now.
Yeah, I'm going to spend an action to bring a zombie up in this central battlefield. All right. So now for you, Deb, it's red. He gets a hate. No
blood. I have no cards.
No.
I have no energy.
So you want to gain energy or gain cards? You pick.
I guess you suggested last time
Well,
I
I
gain
think,
energy.
Yeah, although you got multiple actions left, so I think maybe gain, draw cards and then see what they'll help you plan out your turn, maybe? I don't know.
All right, I got Bloodbath and Insidious Call.
Nice. All right. For me, Khan is got gain a hate or I lose an omen. I guess we're going to let him get that hate. And I am going to... I'm going to get another zombie here in the middle. Okay, Deb.
Do my con thing.
Con is green. Lose an omen, or he gets a hate.
I have a lot of omens.
Yeah, go ahead and spend it.
All right, and then I think I need some energy.
Yeah.
Or I could play Bloodbath and gain 4 blood.
I think probably getting some energy, especially with that Insidious Call in your hand. You could.
2 energy.
Yep. All right. For me, Khan is green. I only have 1 omen, so it looks like he's going to do his hate thing. Deal 5 damage to us. I think maybe we just take some over here on your big guys.
Yeah.
1,
sure.
2.
You need to put some on.
Yeah, maybe 3 on that guy. All right.
So con on my turn.
All right, so that was my con. So we were resolving his hate, so I still have to do my action. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is my second to last action. I'm gonna.
Have you ever considered making a game that focuses on a board with miniatures?
Yes.
Instead of cards.
Yep. That is definitely something we've considered. I love miniature games, so does Peter. We both grew up playing Warhammer, and I've spent a lot of time painting miniatures and such in my youth. I'm a big fan of games with miniatures. So they're awesome. If we do miniatures, we'd want to do them right. Get really good sculpts, etc. So it's not a small project. So some people were asking hey, could we add miniatures to this Kickstarter? And basically, we don't want to do that because of the how much work it would be to get them right, how much time that would take. But for a future game, definitely.
Is that in this battlefield?
Yeah, unless you're no.
That's fine. So I still probably need more energy because it costs 1 to spend this, and then I have to pay the cost if I use this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and let's see. I think we need to do con for you though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, con for you. Con was blue. Discard a card, or he gains a hate. Maybe discard Bloodbath, since we're going the.
Sure.
Yep. And then for me, my final action, I'm going to use Airspeed to dig out a piece of equipment, and it's going to be. I'm just going to get a. I'm going to get a book and give it to the cat. Okay, Deb, your final action. So we're fairly low in health. We're at 15, but I think we've got Khan on the ropes here because we have a powerful battlefield up. Now, unfortunately for us, he is in the battlefield that we need to take out that last aspect card in. So maybe his effects can stop us. We shall see.
Yeah, like if he kills all our minions.
Yeah, exactly.
Attacking.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to use my Insidious Call card, I think, to play one of these two. So,
I think the Coven could end up giving you a ton of blood, but maybe
I mean, this one's good because you can destroy a non-legend minion, but he only has.
Yeah, I think the Coven, but you either are good.
So
either.
Spend 1 for that, and then choose 4. So it's gonna be. So which battlefield should I play?
I think this is the one that matters. So I think we just load it up and.
All right.
And
plus, whenever anyone dies, I get blood. So
yeah, and there's tons of guys there who might. Yeah.
Make it through.
Okay, move. That's it for the. That's it for our actions. Moving on to.
40K or fantasy.
I was a big fantasy player. I did play 40K, but I played a ton of fantasy. Painted lots of armies, etc. I was more of a fantasy guy, but I did play some 40K, a little bit. All right. Also, Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl was fun. All right. This battlefield, Khan's not here. We get to attack first. And I guess I just want to attack with the most dice possible, which is going to be this rat catcher. He's got 4 dice, plus 2 for being a zombie in the area of the Lord of the Dead. So I'm coming in with 6 dice. I'm going to try and kill off these minions before they get us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll do it. Plus we get a critical effect, which is restore 5 health. Oh, that's bad news for Khan. We're up to 20. One thing I was worried about is him getting some damage effects that could edge out our thing, but with that gain of 5, that'll really help. All right, so we've taken out that battlefield. Now moving on to the central battlefield. Khan's here, so he gets his powers. First power, Burning Ground. The Executioner slams the ground with his bare hand surrounded by flame. The ground starts to crumble, and from the depths comes fire. And this is an ongoing. Whenever you play a friendly minion, weaken it twice. So in the future, when we play minions in this battlefield, they will get weakened. That's actually not bad for us at this stage in the game. And then his second ability, Frightful Presence. The Executioner emits a deafening bellow as he smashes everything within his reach with his enormous 2-handed axe. When revealed, return a minion you control to your hand. All right, so I guess this zombie is bouncing back to my hand. Then he gets to attack first. He's going to attack with one of these 2 guys. And he is getting a tactic. His tactic is blue, which is evolve the minion. We're getting cunning, which means he gets to flip again. And he gets red, and this minion gets +1 attack for each evolve counter on it. So that effect, he's getting +1 attack. So he's coming in for 3. I'll take 1 on the zombie, 2 on us. We're down to 18. Attacking back with this zombie, 2 dice. 1 hit, not very impressive. Good try, zombie. Then Khan's minion comes in, expending and getting. Nah, it's the zombie. This battlefield's not that important. I think we save him for the big fight. He gets blue. Evolve this minion. He's evolving with a scorpion tail. We're gonna take 2 points of damage. I'll let this zombie die, and we'll take 1 remaining point. That brings us down to 17. All right, Deb. The big battlefield. This is it. Let's see what we get. First one is fueled by hatred. Oh, it's back!
How many fueled by hatred?
Each time a minion is exhausted, generate 1 hate counter. Oh, God. With your hate. All right, and then the next one.
That's the one I can use the omen token.
Yes. And then the next, but he'll get a couple hate in the process. The next one, brawl. Oh, God. All right, brawl. The brawl is furious and chaotic. Many times allied forces strike the wrong target. In the chaos of battle, receive 1 damage for each minion present. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. So, fortunately, we have lots of places to put damage. So I'll put 1 on my zombie.
I can take a couple on her.
Sure. So 3, maybe, what do you think? Maybe somewhere 4. 5. Yep. And then 2 on us. We're down to 15. And then Khan gets to attack. And this guy has 5 attack. And his tactic is red. This minion gets +1 attack for each evolve counter on it. Nice. He doesn't have any evolve counters, so we are just taking 5. I think we can just take this directly. We're down to 10. And now we get to swing back with our massive army. All right. So at this point, it's all over, but the dice rolling. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be able to take this out. All right. So Deb, you wanna do the honors? Make a sure.
7.
All right. 7 dice.
Very good.
This is 4 damage and 7 dice. I use the fate here to reroll.
Oh my God, is that even worse?
It's worse. Oh shoot, I forgot. When his minion attacked, he got a hate. When you attacked, he got a hate. And then you're gonna spend 3 omens
for me.
3 omens. Yeah, according to Peter, we can use our things on each other. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And
why don't you take this, Rob?
No. Come on, you got this. Come on. Yeah, there we go. All right. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. At this point, I think we just put so the critical on the aspect because we're just trying to take him out.
Yeah.
All right. So we get an effect. Oh, generate 2 hate counters. That was a bad one. That's all right. And then 2 damage has to go on the minion.
Mm-hmm.
And then the remaining 3 damage goes on the aspect card. So 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Boom. All right. Okay. Next biggest guy we've got to swing with is your vampire here. And that's 6 dice.
Oh wait, can I use my Zelda to?
Oh, we didn't. We could have, but we didn't.
All right.
Yeah.
You want it? Okay, 6.
All right. So we got 5 points of damage coming in. Do you want to spend omens on the?
Well, shall I use these 3 to
actually,
turn the hate thing off?
We already did. Oh, I'm sorry. I already pulled them
did?
off. Yeah,
Oh,
my bad.
Notice.
Yeah. All right. All right. So 5. Actually, that does it because this guy's already got 4 points of damage. The rest of the damage goes on the aspect card. He only had 4 left. So this one goes, and it would have been at the end of each round, spawn a minion in each battlefield. All right, guys, that is it. Debbie and I actually managed to pull off a victory here. Oh.
It wasn't showing us.
So I apologize. I apologize for all the technical difficulties. Our main goal here was to sort of show you the play and show you how things are different with this when you switch up some of these cards. So I hope we were able to convey that properly. But yeah, that is Endbringer. And thank you very much for watching, guys.
Thank you.
I'll if you have any last questions here. Looks like we're.
I think there's a little bit of a delay from when people comment, so we can wait 1 minute and see.
Yeah, well, I'll jump on the Kickstarter. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask there. And again, I know it was sort of long and painful with our with all of our technical issues. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye. It feels great to win, Peter.